Yo,
what's good, man?
what's popping, bro?
We back in this thing. Y'all know what time it is. Go.
Episode 24.
Let's go.
Miseducated podcast. The only
Miseducated, what's
24
up?
we acknowledge is Kobe. Let's go.
Yes, sir. The only 24 we acknowledge is Kobe being goddamn Bryant. You know, T.I. is Kobe being. I mean, all right.
And the next. And the next 24 that's going to be acknowledged is going to be this episode. That's the next 24 that's going to be acknowledged. That's what it is.
That's bingo. B-I-N-G-O.
So talking about So talking about pedophiles, what's going on?
Whoa, hold on.
Hey, just let Segway Jesus do it next time.
Wait, what happened?
Whoa.
Just let Segway Jesus do it this time. We can't start the episode over, huh?
Wait, hold on. So that wasn't halal?
We can't.
No, we. Hold on.
It wasn't halal?
I'll switch my background.
Corey, abort mission. We're fucking finished.
Yo.
Wow,
So,
that nigga said speaking.
We are fucking finished.
I almost want to ask why you said speaking of. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I felt like that would just be like a good
Just go ahead and
attention-grabbing thing.
Just go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and start off.
No, I felt like that was a good enough attention-grabbing thing to say, right, to start off, you know?
Sheesh. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wonder who's tweeting behind our page, it is sometimes me, but most of the time it's that nigga right now.
Just go throw me under the fucking bus like that, man.
He's out of here.
That should have stayed anonymous.
Woo!
Said anonymous.
Nah, it's
I mean, like 3 out of the 4 niggas got Twitter's freeway. Like, come on.
usually
I'm gonna keep it real though. Sometimes I be like, damn, was that Jimmy or was that Corey? Or was that?
No.
Because y'all be intertwining sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes
they
it
do.
just be-
Sometimes.
They do. They
Like,
do. That's the funniest
if
shit.
it's just a tweet filled with disgust, I know that it's Jimmy
freeway.
Baby. You fucking dead.
Now, if there's even a semblance of like some kind of like, oh, maybe he kind of fucks us, or maybe he's trying to give it a chance, it's Corey.
Right.
Wow.
Or
Wait,
if it's just nut as shit and it got something to do
It's
with
Corey.
just nut shit, it's Corey.
hey,
It's a show we never talked about.
Not to be confused with me or Dave.
It's rare. You know it's me because I'll probably tweet myself at some point.
We're not even allowed to go in that department.
That sounds about right.
Like, we just leave the tweeting part to them.
Yeah, that's all them. That's all
So
them.
talking about
Hey,
pedophiles,
but yes.
man, how do y'all feel about how do y'all feel about Nicki Minaj's husband being
I just wanted to make sure that still worked.
He done
How do
went
you
ahead
feel
and
about him raising a child? How do you feel about him being a father to a kid? How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's
Now, before we dive into that, did they explain why?
Why
what?
what?
He was
Why
a
he
pedophile?
raped kids?
Why he's a pedophile?
You want him to explain why he's a pedophile?
No, I'm just saying, did it come out? Like, why did this
Yeah,
just...
he's next.
Y'all aren't taking me to jail. I'm asking a legitimate question, damn it. Y'all can listen to me. I'm just saying, why was he... Why did it come out? Just all of a sudden?
You know what?
Y'all know what I meant, bro. Like,
It came out because of this. He was, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Miseducated podcast, whatever.
Which
From
is
what I
you?
understand,
All you niggas
he
are
was
fucking.
he was like 20 some odd, maybe even not 30, but he was 20 some odd because he's around the same age as me. So 20 some odd, he had relations with a girl that was under 18. I don't know the exact age, so I won't sit here and speculate. But he had relations with this girl, and he was charged with rape. I believe it was statutory rape.
It is. If you're underage, yes.
If you're underage, it's statutory. But it was in New York, so it's definitely statutory. So it might have actually also been some other shit. Like it could have been some whole ass other shit going on. But from what I understand, he was over the age of 20 and had relations with a girl that was under the age of 18. And I don't know the exact nature of that. Then that's where I'll leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like go look it up if you listen to the show.
I'm not trying to say, I'm not disclaimer because I'm not trying to say that you have to have a reason or anything. I just wanted to know that they dated for a whole long ass while. Get that smirk off of your face, David. Okay? It's fucking me. Okay? It's always been me. It's me. Please, just hear me out. Because I'm not going back. I'll never go back. I just want to know why they just hit my mans with the charges like mid-season. Like, why not come out the gate? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let him get some
But you know,
he's a real Queens nigga, and guess what?
From the time that Nikki was like, yo, this is the guy that I'm with, like this is something that they talked about. Because it's not like she came out with this nigga and all of a sudden people was like, yo, let's find out about this. Like, this shit is public record. Like, whatever the fuck he did to whatever this chick is. I don't know this nigga personally. I'm not going to sit here and judge this nigga. I'm just going to say he is a convicted sex offender. You know
what 50 say on Power when he was snitching on Ghost? He did that shit. He
did that shit. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit. Like, this ain't nigga saying like maybe he a pedo type shit. Like, this is nigga saying like, yo,
he did that shit.
He was convicted.
If there's one person that did it with the Black Jeffrey Epstein, it was him.
Like, bro.
So now that's basically that's two. Her brother's under the jail right now.
Yes.
For doing some nut shit
for doing the same disgusting shit.
Hey, bro, she keeps the pedo, bro. She keeps one. She got 2 pockets. She got one in each pocket. You know, she keep them.
This is crazy.
She fucking keep the pedophiles like she do a blunt, man. You know, like she's got them.
Jimmy Baby has his bandana on. I didn't know if it was a conspiracy bandana. It might be.
I gotta drop a goddamn bandana. You got to drop a flex bomb on that one.
Yo, Nicki Minaj walk around. Yo, I'm 100% sure Nicki Minaj walk around singing the Pop Smoke song. I got it on me. And she always got it on.
Nah.
We can't let Queen go out like that, man.
Hey,
nah, bro, but for real, like, do y'all think that at the birth of the baby, will he be allowed at the birth of the baby? Because we don't know, like, if he's gonna be excited that the baby's being born or if the baby's gonna be naked. So we don't know exactly like what his.
Whoa!
So we don't know.
We can't do that. It's a child.
Wow.
We are finished.
It's your fault, David. You ain't segued. You can't, huh?
Listen,
segue.
No, listen up, man.
He's gonna let him at it.
Niggas gave me
Nobody's gonna pull him on the wrist.
So I could segue.
Listen,
okay?
this man was convicted. This man was convicted for it. It is not alleged. He was convicted for it. Everything is a fact. Everything we're saying. If it was alleged, we would not be having this conversation. But everything that we're saying,
we would have it. Yeah, he's the one that shot Meg too.
Imagine that shit.
Segue hard.
Nah, bro.
I'm really.
Here's what I'll say, and I'll segue. I'll segue for the team. You know, I'm not sure the nature of, like, you know, how that shit works. You know what I mean, when it comes to like your actual child being born. However, like, moving forward, like that nigga as like that child's father, it's gonna be kind of hard for that nigga to move around. Like I said, I don't know this nigga currently. Like, this nigga could have changed his life after he got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much shit as we about to, like, or we're talking.
Right, yeah.
But that said, like, you know, the law is a law, rules are still rules. It sucks, but like, it is what it is. So he'll most likely be. This is sorry.
It sucks.
He'll most like,
Bro, that shit
is it sucks for a lot of niggas. It's what it's supposed to be for that nigga.
You're saying somebody that's been convicted of pedophilia and is a pedophile now? It sucks for them?
Why you on this nigga's team?
Yo.
You're about to get the fuck out of there.
No, fam. You want to know what's
crazy
crazy about
Master
him?
Dave chose his words wrong. Look at that. Now the world's
Speaking of choosing words.
Now Dave is fucking finished. But
speaking of finish, let me segue.
No, hold on one more second.
Let me segue.
Hold on.
Yeah, to the fucking big house.
Because you realize that, like, he can't even take his kid to the park, right?
No.
He can't take his kid to school. Because if they have a boy, he can't go to the basketball games or the football games or the baseball games. He can't be around kids. Like, how are you gonna explain that to your child?
Okay,
you know?
so tell me this, because I mean, I don't like Dixon said, I don't know the extent of how all that works, because one, I'm not into any of that. Two, ain't got no kids. None of it is mostly just us, you know, reading shit.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, and you know, of course, there are public records of his record.
You could actually
go and find the shit.
I'm pretty sure you can go online and look at that whole.
You can look it up. Speaking of another, you know, I guess convicted sex offender, Tekashi 6ix9ine is also a registered sex offender. Can he visit his daughter? Is that like I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's 3 Nicki Minaj keeps around her.
Oh, geez.
I got it on me.
Got it on me.
Oh, we got a segue. We got a segue. These
I need a fucking bandana too. We're fucking back.
The conspiracy do-rag and the conspiracy bandana gonna get too tight, and the bar is gonna be on this podcast. Get sad.
Hold on, Kevin's gonna have to go take a piss on himself in a couple minutes.
He's going to be on the 40.
Yeah, bro, I give it 10 minutes. Kevin's just gonna be peeing on himself there and not tell us. Like it's just gonna be sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to everybody listening right now. My co-hosts are really weird. We didn't even tell you that tonight's episode is sponsored by the good folks over at Miller High Life.
32. That's a 32 ounce.
32?
The champagne and brew. 7-Eleven didn't have the 40s. Like, it's all about propaganda and not having niggas with them anymore. And that's why they took them out. This right here.
This nigga called it
propaganda. This is a glass bottle. You know why?
They got the conspiracy snapback on. What's going on?
Pussy boy. Plastic bottles. Drink out of glass bottles.
Did I ever tell y'all the story of when I was in
college? Whoa. What was that? What was that last part, boss?
Wait, what you said, Kev? What you said?
I ain't say nothing. What you say?
I thought you said something about some glass bottles and shit.
Oh yeah, we don't drink out of plastic bottles. We only drink out of the glass bottles. That's it.
You're right.
Whatever y'all want to say. You know what I'm saying? You might have, you know what I'm saying? So we keep these. You might not know about that, David, because you didn't grow up in Inglewood.
Well, speaking of not growing up in Inglewood, one person who didn't grow up in Inglewood but grew up not far from Corridon is Meg Thee Stallion. She grew up in Texas. Recently, she was shot. You know what I'm saying? She went on Instagram Live to explain her being shot or talk about her being shot. Did not definitely explain. I believe last episode we speculated that Tory Lanez might have gotten curved and didn't like it. However, I believe somebody here had new information.
Pulled the goddamn blicky out. Goddamn, that's what he did.
Son,
pulled that blicky out.
Bro, like, can you imagine that? Like, if they were leaving Kylie's house and they was pulling out the driveway and Tory went to like finger her and she like backhanded him and he just said pop pop and he just like shot her.
So we're going very far. That one sentence took us very, very far. I'm not sure where we're going right now.
A blicky is a gun, by the way. We're not going back to jail. A blicky is a gun.
A blicky is a gun.
Right. Blicky is the whole gun.
Hey, freeway.
Blicky is goddamn what Squidward is holding.
Oh my God.
That nigga got nine smile. But freeway, why bring up Kylie? Why would Tory Lanez be at Kylie's, whatever?
Bro, like, I don't understand what the infatuation is with black artists and hanging out with the Kardashian family. I don't understand it. Like it's a stamp of approval to like hang out with them. Like they're accepted now. It's fucking weird. Like first of all, why the fuck were Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion hanging out with Kylie at her house?
That was what was bizarre.
2020. What you just said. They want to be able to say that they hung with them. Like you hang with them.
That's probably the only people having functions. I would say.
What happened?
Said Kylie was probably Kardashians are probably the only people having functions that are safe.
Most likely.
Because I see what you're saying, but like Jimmy said, like what the fuck are both of you niggas doing in the Hollywood fucking hills at Kylie Jenner's crib? Like, I mean, there's been weirder shit going on in Hollywood, but in 2020 is no fucking stranger to weird activity. But
no sense.
No, and then like how it led to what happened, like they were hanging out with her, they were all just joking around, having fun, and then all of a sudden we wake up the next morning and Meg Thee Stallion is like Jesus. She got 2 holes on her feet. It's like, what the fuck is going on, fam? Like,
Meg Thee Stallion just fake Jesus. No, don't face palm. Yo, no, look. All right.
No, it's true though. It's like Jesus. You know, like when Jesus got put on the cross, like he had a hole in his feet and
first thing I'm gonna say is Meg getting shot is crazy. Like no rapper. I've never heard of a rapper getting shot and been like cool.
Especially a rapper who seems to be a genuinely positive, happy person. Like,
exactly.
What are you shooting her for? You know.
Exactly. So like before I say anything, I'm gonna say I'm very excited to see where her career goes. However, this next album that she's about to drop is about to be nuts. Like, regardless of what she, like, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that she needs to get shot behind this shit, but like, yo, Meg's such a good artist that I'm excited to see like how she takes this, like
how she uses it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, yo, if niggas is acting goofy.
Hey, I'm like this.
Hey, I
you
saw
know,
some people.
When people go through traumatic experiences, you know, they're able to, you know, use that and to propel their albums or movies or whatever the hell they're doing. So I'm like you, bro. It's like, damn, what can she do, or what is she gonna do next? Because now you got all of this unwanted attention. You don't want attention for being shot. Like, you don't want to be shot. Period.
Definitely
you don't want. Then you know, and then you're also, you know, a celebrity who's, you know, still climbing the fucking like hierarchy of superstardom. And you've been in the likes of Beyonce and all these people. So not only are you know a rapper, you're someone who has all of these famous ass friends, which she also did say in her IG video, fuck all her fake friends, because clearly all of these friends that she has, she ain't considering them friends no more. But that's another
so
thing.
Like, first of all,
yeah.
I did want to get shot one time, and it was when Get Rich or Die Trying came out. I wanted to get shot. That album was so fire that I wanted to get shot. That's how fire it was. So that's just for the record.
I would have just rather did the Robin.
Why haven't you dropped that button yet? Did you hear what you just said? Are you nuts? Have you lost your mind?
That nigga, okay, bro. All right, look. Anybody listen to the show? Anybody that listen, you don't have to get shot to drop a good album. That is not.
No, you don't. You don't.
No, it's true.
It helps. But like, however,
it does help. It does help. It helps you sell. It helps you sell records. I'm almost 100% sure Meg
XXXTentacion got shot, and his next album was crazy.
He got shot. He got popped. He got tucked. Goddamn.
You talking about Pop Smoke? That nigga tucked. Yeah.
No, we talking about Extension.
That nigga got tucked too.
Yeah, and then his album went platinum.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm talking about niggas.
Imagine if they didn't get shot.
Hey, hold on.
Wait,
I'm talking about niggas that survive.
Hey,
and you know what? Shout out to Meg for getting shot.
Hey, hold on.
You know what I mean? Like, not that once again you should get shot, but like,
right.
First of all, who gets shot in the foot? Like, why is who aims down? Like,
hey, look.
Whoever, that's exactly it right there, Jimmy, bro. Whoever did it, their legend is Tory, of course. I mean, it's out there. You know, we're not dry snitching any of that nut shit.
We're not.
It's alleged.
It's right.
Alleged.
Allegedly. We doing allegedly with Tory?
Allegedly Tory Lanez shot her, right? So if somebody were to shoot her in her feet, they know that's like a part of her moneymaker. You know what I mean? Like, not to say she out here selling feet, but you know, most of what she does rely. I mean, we all rely on our feet, of course.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
that's very like it feels premeditated. Like, okay, if I'm going to attack Meg Thee Stallion, I'm going to attack something that if she doesn't have these, she can't do shit else.
Yeah, you know it's like this, like,
which is.
Like, God forbid anybody.
Which is that butt, really?
Nah. Think about it. Like, if anybody is about to like harm a performer, shoot him in the feet if you don't want to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't perform at that point.
Exactly.
Hey, I heard it was Derrick Rose. I heard it was Derrick Rose that shot her because he wanted her knees. That's what I heard, but that's just rumors going around the Hollywood Hills.
Jimmy Baby's been on Twitter.
We're gonna have to get freeway and
I'ma just have this goddamn sound on loop, and I'm just turning it down. So anytime a nigga say some nut shit, the volume is gonna go up. Because
with that whole situation, like, can you imagine, like, after it happened, we woke up on a Monday, whatever the day was. We woke up and the first message we saw on our phone was like, Meg Thee Stallion shot dead. You know, like, that's like the last person you would think that would happen to. Like, it's so fucking, it's such a out of pocket thing. Like, so weird that it happened, like, and on her feet in the Hollywood Hills, and then police got involved and all that shit. And then Kylie Jenner the next day posted the picture of her feet on her social media showing like and then she said, thank God for another day after she posted. And it was like, is she making fun of her? Like, you know what's going on? And that's another topic that we got to talk about right now. How do y'all feel about people like not having a sense of humor, and like when people were joking, like when Cameron posted that meme saying that Tori saw that dick and then he shot her, you know, it's like that meme that because people were joking around saying that Meg Thee Stallion was trans, but now all of a sudden she got shot in her foot, and now no, I'm being dead ass.
But no,
like,
yeah, you being dead ass. Yeah.
Like,
oh, okay.
like,
That was no. Hold on. That was for real a joke.
No, it was a joke that she was like she was like a tranny. Yeah, it was a joke for a while that she was a trans woman, and but now all of a sudden she got shot on her feet and nothing is funny anymore. But it's like, but everyone a few months ago was calling her a trans woman, but now that she got shot on her foot, like, oh, don't make fun of her because trans women get shot every day. And it was like
they did the same thing to Sierra.
I see what
that's true. But you know what? But you know what? It's kind of similar to a few weeks ago when we was talking about J. Cole and No Name, where I mentioned that had J. Cole dropped that song about No Name in a time when it wasn't like civil unrest behind Black people, and even like, you know, a few days after, or a few days removed from like Black women dying, and you know, there a whole like, you know, nobody cares about Black women, like it wouldn't, or movement. I'm sorry, nobody cares about Black women movement. It wouldn't have seemed as much of like a tone deaf move. You know what I mean? Like it would have just seemed like regular rap. So like it's kind of the same thing here, where it's like a few months ago joking about Meg being anything. Like I remember when Meg would be like, you know, dropping songs and like, you know, really trying to promote this shit, and niggas would like completely mute the song and put like some random shit over.
Random horse noises. Well,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same shit, but like now it's a bit more like, all right, we're in a. It's just a different time. Like oddly enough,
that's crazy too. Like, and that's then that's what's nuts though, because it shouldn't matter about the time. You know, you shouldn't want to joke about those things in the first place.
You shouldn't. But you know what? You know, here's what I'll say. We joke about a lot of things, but let anybody talk about. But let anybody talk about this show. Like as much shit as we didn't talk shit about, as many episodes as we didn't have, like, you know, going crazy. Let anybody come and be like, okay, these are 4 ignorant Black men, without like, you know, a lot of people, like even how, like if it's just 100 people that fuck with our show, they're gonna go at that person and be like, no, you guys are wrong. Like these are not ignorant Black people, just because of the times that we're in. Now, any other time, if like some random motherfuckers calling us ignorant, we're gonna be like, yo, fuck that nigga. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Just because like it's not like a few months removed from like a protest.
Date them.
You know what I'm saying?
That's also true.
Happening. So
I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it like just to say, just to your point, Freeway, like it's just a sign of the times. You know what I mean? Like Meg.
Yeah, but like it's not. I wouldn't say it's the times, because before she got shot on her feet, people were making fun of her. People were making fun of her like the day before it happened.
Exactly.
But this whole thing, like we live now in such a sensitive like era. Like Cameron, for example, he reposted that meme. All he did was reposted the meme that said that Tori saw that Meg had a dick and he shot it. To me, when I saw that, I laughed. That's my sense of humor. I was like, oh shit, that's it. Yeah, it's a meme. It's a meme. I saw it. I laughed. I enjoyed it. People started calling him transphobic and homophobic and all that thing. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, it's a fucking meme. All he did was repost it. He didn't type it himself. It wasn't him. Just a couple months ago, y'all were all joking about this. Now we can't joke about any of these things. Like, imagine if Dave Chappelle went on to do a special and he said that joke. You know?
Oh, he's always going to be under fire because he said a lot of.
Yeah,
and somebody called him out.
Yeah,
everybody called him out today.
It's just too sensitive now. Like when shit happens now, it's like you have to kind of like write it down before you say it, so you could read it out loud and make sure that it's good. Like, you
make sure it don't sound like insensitive and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like you got like proofread you got to proofread your own thoughts, and it's fucking weird. Like, fam, like it's a joke. It's a joke. We get it. Like, it's fucked up. No one is saying that we're happy that she got shot. We're just saying that like the memes are funny, the jokes are funny. That's it. Like.
Yeah, but
that's all it is.
So something that I think we mentioned a few episodes ago, talking about like Dave Chappelle, I think even once again J. Cole. Once you do say something, you kind of open yourself up for that criticism. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like in certain situations, you know what I mean? Like if you say something that you like feel, even if it's just a joke, like you 100% behind it, like just stick by it. You know, because you're right. It's a real sensitive time, but you got to understand, like anything you say is like open for criticism.
Yeah, and put shit on Twitter and on the internet anywhere, you're bound to get some very, very opposed views of a joke, even if it's just a joke. You're gonna have niggas in your mentions. You're gonna have niggas doing. You're gonna have, headlines saying this, that, and the other, even if you quote unquote didn't mean it that way.
Right.
That's like Dixon said. This is the sign of the times. Shit like that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, probably wouldn't even got a second thought. Now, not that way anymore.
So what do you think about? What do you think
at least
about?
Now we know that Tory lives out his lyrics. So,
well,
I mean, the nigga.
Yo, Kev, what's you?
That's wild.
That's what's nuts, though, because
real.
That's what's nuts.
He's dead.
Speaking of, did y'all saw niggas started that petition to have him deported, right?
That's
but they need to relax. And you want to know why do some people think it's a big deal and why do some people not? It's the same thing. If you make good music and people like you, nobody's gonna give you up for real. That's why it's a lot of people out there still saying, well, R. Kelly's music didn't do anything, and that's why they still blasting that half on a baby. But I'm saying with Tory Lanez, don't give it to me.
Which baby? Hold on. We need to clarify that. What baby was he talking about?
Oh, Dixon, do your goddamn job.
I forgot this topic. I'm looking at my phone.
Hold on. So to go into another thing, since we were already talking about Meg and Tory, so we were talking about them for the Bozo of the Week this week.
Jesus Christ! Hurry!
We have a tandem.
Hello, my tandem. Hello, my darling.
Hello, my darling. It's your Bozo.
So we have a tandem for this week. We got Doja Cat and Drea. We have Doja Cat for saying that people afraid of COVID-19 are pussy, and they're letting the media do this and that to them, and then she got COVID-19. So now guess who's pussy?
Her little stank cooch whole time.
Exactly.
Hold on. Whoa.
What like you wouldn't hit.
What you say, Kev? You said that COVID was injected in her butt?
No.
Dog.
I said she had stank cooch that whole time.
Oh.
He's capping, bro. He would hit. He told me already. He texted me.
Whoa.
You would, Dixon?
Kev? Huh? Kev would? I believe Kev would.
Pre-COVID, I would hit.
I know he would.
No, why you say Kev would?
Hey, no,
I just want to say to the listeners out there,
don't be jealous if you want. Pre-COVID, I would hit.
You said what?
Pre-COVID, I would hit. Throw me in jail.
All right.
I mean, we putting you in jail.
I'll turn myself in.
At least you see, at least he's being a gentleman, and he'll turn himself in.
I'll smack Doja Cat. I ain't gonna lie.
I told y'all.
I mean, duh.
Hey, take me to the big guy. I don't give a fuck.
Get to the Bozo of the Week.
I'll tag Doja.
But yeah, go. But another.
So Bozo, we got Doja Cat for calling people pussy about COVID-19, and then she went and got COVID.
I'll take care of us.
Hey, Kevin Baby said he got the goddamn vaccine.
Yo!
Hey, yo! Come on down! Come on down! I got what you want. Got what you need.
So for the second Bozo of the Week, we have Drea.
Fucking
and Drea's Bozo, the second Bozo of the Week, because she said that she wanted someone to love her enough to shoot her on her feet.
To shoot her in the goddamn feet. She said she wants to. She was on Van Lathan's podcast.
First of all,
he knew. Hold on. What's up?
Van Lathan, get the fuck out of here. Why are you interviewing Drea? What is there to talk about with
That
Drea?
was a little crazy because if I'm not mistaken, Miseducated.
Like, what is there to talk to her about?
Isn't Van Lathan on CNN?
Van Lathan was the nigga from TMZ, but they can't.
They gonna put Kanye in his goddamn.
He's on TMZ.
Remember the little black dude in the corner?
Nah,
he was. That was him.
He called him the little black dude in the corner.
Little black, because he was.
He was.
Sorry. The big black dude in the corner.
He really was, though.
Pause.
No cap, he really was.
Yo.
But.
David's talking about Van Jones. He's talking about Van Jones.
He's talking about Van Jones, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking
but
about.
She went on. Yeah,
I'm thinking of Van Jones.
She was on Van Lathan's podcast, and he knew as soon as she said it that shit was going to go viral. So it also lets people, or it also to me registered as she said that shit also because she knew exactly how viral it was gonna become and
Nigga
how
smoking
much,
a roach on air.
Was that a roach?
That was a fucking roach, man. That was a fucking roach.
It was a roach.
Nigga,
I'll let you get to your sentence.
Did you get that from?
With y'all niggas. I'm on
Did you
niggas'
get
head
that?
for the rest of the
Wait,
show.
hold on.
Don't let this go more than 2 hours. I'm on niggas' head for the rest of the show.
Hold on, did you pick that up
I'm
like
taking
off the
everybody
floor?
with me. I turn myself in. I'm taking everybody with me.
Where
did you find that roach?
Nigga? I'm not going
back.
back.
Ashtray, nigga.
He found that roach.
It's your bozo of the week, bro. It's the bozo of the week, bro.
Y'all remember that? Hold on, because he was.
Why we getting off topic?
When we was in the studio that one time, he found that roach in goddamn nice ashtray.
He found a random. He found a roach in a fucking unsolicited ashtray.
I ain't find no random roach. It's my fault. I hate niggas. Bozo of the week.
Yeah, you're finished. But no, she
workshop everybody had. Nobody talking.
She was on. She was on.
You're
she was on
out
Van
of here.
Lathan, not Van
Oh,
Jones.
Kev, stop.
What do you say? What Kev say?
I said he's out of here.
He just said I'm finished, but I'm telling Kev to stop. Because Kev, stop.
You're finished.
Jimmy,
We've given you chances.
Jimmy.
How many chances have we given you? To roll.
We've given this nigga a lot of chances.
None. 0. From the first episode. No, okay. Fuck your bozo of the week. From the first episode.
Wow.
Y'all niggas been on my head. So we're done. I'm on all y'all head for the rest of the show. Rest of the season. Y'all my bozos of the week.
No, you're finished.
Every week.
No.
Yo, imagine
Y'all,
that shit.
no. We all going to Pelican Bay. 24-hour shoe program.
Every time Dave rolls a blunt, you get a little weed in your mouth. You be pissed.
I hate niggas.
Hold on.
Shit, go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
She went to goddamn Van Lathan's podcast, and like I said, she knew that what she was going to say was going to be hella viral because of just how hot of a topic Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez is at the moment. She knew that shit was gonna drive up views for his podcast, and also she was probably gonna get just hella publicity, negative, whatever the fuck you want to call it. She's ridiculous on top of that because she fucked up an entire bag through the whole fucking ordeal. You go and you joke about, hold on, and this is what's even trippier about it, even more ridiculous. You joke about someone who also represents a brand that you represent that was founded by a domestic violence survivor.
Yeah.
Woo! You're triple, like, you're not only fucked up in the streets as far as Rihanna's sake go, because she fired you quickly. Shout out Rihanna for all. Rihanna
got her the fuck up out of there.
Yeah. Shout out Rihanna all the time anyways, because she just let's just be honest. Let's do a quick Rihanna appreciation. And she's always, as long as Rihanna has been, as famous, as popular she is, which has been for a very fucking long time. When has she ever really not been on the right side of doing the right thing? Like, she's always seemed to be just genuinely about the betterment of not only women, but especially Black women, because she said it many times in interviews. Like, I'm a Black woman.
She's just a good person.
She's just a genuine good person.
Yeah, she's just a good person.
Which is also what, when I was saying earlier about Meg Thee Stallion, it's like, why would anybody want to shoot her? Look at this. Yeah. Why? Why would you want to shoot anyone? One, but two, why would you want to shoot her?
It had to be a Canadian that did it. I thought Canadians was nice. I thought Canadians were decent humans.
You would think so, because
they come to America. But they come to America.
Right, their government
come to America and they fucking shoot, and they come and shoot Black women in America. What's going on, man?
In the fucking Hollywood Hills, because it's some old nut shit going in the Hollywood Hills.
Stay away. I keep telling people, if you Black, stay away from the Hollywood Hills. There ain't nothing good for you up there. There's nothing good for you.
Hey, hold on. Because that's
up there.
Because with that being said, also, because I agree with Jimmy. I go to the Hollywood Hills a lot, but I just go really just for my own benefit. I go up there. I'll go to the little scenic overlook. I'll smoke there, just look at the city and all that shit. But a few times,
his life away. Tell the truth.
There's been a few times I've gone up there, goddamn.
Wait, this nigga.
Hey, look.
Hold on.
At least you're not
This nigga.
capping.
Hey, yo.
Yo, this nigga go up there to jerk off.
Yeah.
He go up there to jerk off. That's what he doing.
Whoa.
That's what
Play
he
that
do.
music. Play that music.
No, what, nigga? I'm not playing the music on myself, nigga.
You play it, you weirdo ass nigga.
Oh yeah. Hey, hold on, listen. So I'll go to the Hollywood Hills sometimes just on some regular shit. But then there've been a few times I've gone up there. Two chicks I know that I've gone up there. I've all of goddamn.
Who's say
No,
can you show the listeners?
I didn't do any blow. I didn't do any blow.
Don't ever in your life trust a nigga to say, yeah, I go up to the Hollywood Hills on some regular shit.
Hold on.
The fuck does that mean?
Well, hold on, listen. There was one time I went up there. There was one time I went to Hollywood Hills when I was leaving this chick's house. I had about 6 White Claws, goddamn, that night. It was
you bugging.
Yeah, I was finished, and I had to drive back down the hill.
You tripping.
I had to drive back to regular ass LA with the broke people, goddamn. So I'm like, here I am, I'm a Holly nigga trying not to fucking become Tiger. You remember that one time Tiger fucking like wrecked his guy? No, who was that? Also, niggas who wrecked in the Hollywood Hills, Kevin Hart wrecked in the Hollywood Hills. I was trying not to be those niggas. So I was trying to like focus. But I also had to piss. I had nowhere to go. So I had to pull over down this random ass fucking neighborhood in Hollywood Hills. And I'd like peed behind this tree. The whole time I peed though, I kept feeling like I was in Get Out for real. Cause I kept thinking that this fucking like Lamborghini or some shit was gonna drive by, stop, turn around, come and grab my nigger ass, throw me in the back. And then that was the last that you niggas have ever heard of me because I'm in the fucking hills. Goddamn.
Can you imagine?
Yo, I'm in the
can
hills.
You imagine
the little Peter Walker out.
Yo, can you imagine Corey getting kidnapped and getting thrown in a fucking Lambo? They just got this nigga in the back of a Lambo kidnapped.
Honestly, bro, anything kidnapped you knows you personally.
That's a Lamborghini nightmare right there.
Goddamn. You are not getting kidnapped, bro.
Huh? What'd you say, bro?
Niggas that look like you are not getting kidnapped, bro.
No, I mean,
so if you get kidnapped, they know you personally.
Man, look, I was up there pissing on somebody's street. I thought I was fixing to get hemmed up. So I was trying to hurry the fuck up.
Niggas kidnapping you, it's gonna be somebody you know. You gonna look in that front seat mirror and be like, nigga, what the fuck?
It's gonna be Dave who do it. That's why.
I'm good. I don't got a car. I ain't gonna do it.
Woo.
He gonna throw him on the bus. He gonna kidnap you on the bus.
We in the guy.
Talk about something. I hope you got your fare,
nigga.
nigga.
Nigga got the goddamn metro.
I hope you got your 150. You coming with me,
right, nigga? Right, nigga.
That is wild. Y'all are nuts.
Hey, yo, listen, but listeners and niggas out there, viewers and shit, don't go to look. Niggas don't need to be in Hollywood Hills if you don't live there. Live there for real, for real.
No.
But
Stay
on
away.
top of that, don't be there on some nut shit because you could be one of those niggas who gets fucking swiped, and then that's the last time all they find is your car.
Cause you're gonna be hemmed up for real, and you're gonna be singing.
Be hemmed.
You're gonna be singing that Drake song. I'm hemmed for real. I might just say how I feel.
Hey, but because speaking of saying how we,
I don't even want to acknowledge what reference he just did.
Hold on.
What happened, Kev?
I said I don't even want to acknowledge what reference he just did. I'm him for real?
Yes.
He slid that in there. Yeah, that Drake song. I'm him for real. Now I can't get that shit out of my mind because that's exactly what it sounds like.
Exactly.
It was a very great song, by the way. It was amazing.
No, Blim was a fire for real. Blim was fire. So
if you ask 1,000 people what they think Blim is, but then if you go ask 1,000 people what they think Hemmed is, people are gonna know what Hemmed is.
They're gonna know what Hemmed is.
There you go.
For real. That might have to be our theme song. Or I'm tucked for real.
You were finna say, hey, niggas getting niggas are getting tucked for real.
In the Hollywood Hills for real, yes.
Niggas, yeah. Niggas
that's one place to get tucked
everywhere. But
you're gonna get tucked with a view.
What were you gonna say, Dave?
Speaking of damn, I was gonna do an earlier segue, but I guess speaking of view, When
hold on, Dave. I don't mean to cut you off, but how do all of you niggas feel though about Rihanna firing her nut ass comments that she was saying about Make It Sound? Because y'all know how I feel about it.
Who? Oh, Drea? Yeah,
fire her silly ass. One, we ain't forgot about you. Hey, Drea, we haven't forgotten about you leaving your son at home with TV dinners and a shitty dog and some stale cereal.
She got her 3-year-old. Yeah, she got her 3-year-old eating fucking.
Hey, no, time out.
No, fuck that. We ain't forgot.
I don't know what the fuck. What happened? What she did? What?
Whoa!
She had her 3-year-old eating. She had her 3-year-old eating. He was
7. He was 7 at the time.
He was 7 eating a Hungry Man while watching Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
By himself.
I didn't taste my first Hungry Man after I was merely a man.
Hey yo, and it was shitty dogs all over the goddamn place.
Brother.
Hey yo, meanwhile she was out at goddamn brunch and shit.
She was definitely a Black Pyramid sweatsuit on, living the life.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yo, hold on.
If she was outside with a Black Pyramid,
that's on. Hey, look, if y'all want to
she go to jail.
This was in like 2011 too, so Black Pyramid that might have been the.
She was in that bitch, looking like she was ready to go Super Saiyan with some big ass pimples with that forehead out.
Hey yo, I remember when she did that. I remember when she did that shit, and whenever she did it, and she got busted, and then she had went on I think it was she went on 106 in Park or some shit, and she had the hashtag Ask Drea, which went completely fucking wrong.
I remember that shit. That was funny. That was
funny. Somebody asked Drea. Somebody said, "I heard that you got to dress. Your son got to dress up like a Ciroc bottle to get your attention."
You know what? For 2011, you know what? For like 2011, that's a very accurate description.
That's a very fucking accurate.
In 2020, he's for sure dancing like a Clase Azul bottle. He's for sure dressing up like that.
Somebody asked Drea. Somebody was like, if somebody threw some money or your son up in the air, which one are you gonna catch?
Oh my god.
We haven't forgotten, Drea. That's what we're saying. So don't come for someone. Don't be out here supporting domestic violence or on some nut shit like I wish niggas
if they did not send for you.
Yes.
And that's a L, and that's a fucking L for Van Lathan for doing that. First of all,
that's an L.
She should have never been on any platform talking about anything. She has nothing to talk about. She is a worthless human. I don't give a fuck how that sounds. Like she's literally living off of somebody else's wealth. She's
Jimmy
done
baby,
nothing.
she's from the Bronx.
Drea? Is she?
Yeah.
So what? Fuck her.
Oh, it was a test. I was saying.
No.
I scared from the guy.
He said, Drea? Really? You must have fuck it.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey yo. Period though.
I was about to start tap dancing.
He was. He was
close.
He was about this close. He was
this close.
Woo! Goddamn.
Yeah, think about it. But he's like, you know what? I gotta stay 10 toes down.
She's a filthy human. I don't like her. The Bronx? She did? Oh my god.
Yeah, he really had to like, hold on.
Fuck her.
She almost got redemption.
Yo. No, but for real, like, for real, Van Lathan, that's an L on his part for inviting her on his platform. She don't got no reason to be on TV. Same thing with Adam22, like talking about Meg and Tory and just spreading false rumors. He said he had a source, and then Meg came out and said that she never had like a scuffle with Tory or whatever the case was. So like they completely
went on whole ass IG Live and
hold on a minute. So I didn't even know that. So she said she
made
didn't have a scuffle with him.
Yeah, she said she didn't have a scuffle with him. So we don't.
How the fuck did she get shot?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like the situation is so fucking weird. Like
they probably can't talk about it, huh?
Possibly. Who knows? Maybe it's like an album rollout. Maybe it's like an album rollout or something. Like yo, let me put you on your feet so you can really you can go platinum. Bro, like
I don't know if it's an album rollout. She was gonna go platinum regardless. I'll say that. She was gonna go number 1 in platinum regardless. So this is a terrible album.
Well, no, maybe not an album.
We ain't going to jail. Fuck you.
No.
Yeah,
but
he's going to jail. He's going to jail.
So maybe it wasn't an album rollout, but realistically, if you think about the situation, it's so weird. Like, what was the reason? We'll never know what the reason was. Like, it's so fucking weird.
It's hella weird.
Tory hasn't spoken because Tory hasn't spoken about it, and Meg, all she did was like play the situation.
Tory goddamn like that Party Next Door song. He first needed a break from Toronto. That nigga now had to break to goddamn Toronto. That nigga had to goddamn get the sliding.
Hey, but check this out. Hey, what if this whole thing was planned? What if they were all in the jacuzzi and Kylie Jenner just whistled them this idea like, y'all could come out with a joint album, but y'all gotta get this crazy argument because people already think y'all fucking, and then you gotta get shot in the foot, and since Meg is so just like Houston and just tough, I'm like, I'll get shot in the foot. And she'll be like, really? I'm like, yeah. So then they ran that shit. They ran it. If you shoot a bitch in the foot, bro, she's gonna say her name, not beat around the bush.
Hey yo,
Tory Lanez.
Hey yo, all 2020 we shoot. Yo, all 2020 we shooting women.
Hey,
listen me.
Hey, Dave.
I'm not shooting no bitches. I'm not shooting no bitches in the feet.
Oh yeah, because you the footman. That's right. Dave is the footman. He's the footman. That's why. Ah! You thought we forgot? You thought we forgot? Huh?
I thought y'all forgot.
You thought we forgot, huh?
My niggas in jail with me. I know y'all ain't.
Because you're the foot guy. So you're not gonna shoot him in the feet because you're gonna kiss the feet. You're gonna shoot him in the knees. That's what you're gonna do?
Golly.
The title of this episode is
I got dirt on you,
Looks
doggy.
like we're back with
I got
another
dirt
one.
on you, dog.
I got dirt on you, doggy.
Cheating on dirt of a dog, Kevy. You was talking.
No.
You was talking, Kevy.
No,
I
I was trying to bail him out. You kept hearing me play the noise. He just kept talking.
That nigga in jail with me, so it's good.
Yo, he dead ass kept going. He kept going. He give a fuck.
That nigga was
trying to
like, fuck the bell.
Nixon, you heard me. I kept trying to bail him out.
Dun.
I love it. You know what? I love the determination. I love it. Keep going.
Kev was like, I'm getting this point out.
I'm gonna get this off.
He ran the fuck out of that.
Hey, Kev, what you be saying?
Over the teeth.
Over the teeth.
There it is.
Down the hatch. Pray to God we land in some snatch.
Yeah.
That was completely accident. You know, my finger just right there, just in case.
Yeah, your finger just right there. Your finger just right there. It's all good. We in jail.
Nut anytime.
So let's stay on track here, or at least or whatever track we on.
Whatever fucking track we're on. This episode is nuts.
24 episodes in. This thing we're on track now.
So I think Kev wanted to talk about Virgil and his Mercedes thing.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's right.
He ain't called for this money yet.
Virgil Scamblo. They call him Virgil
Scamblo.
I saw that and thought it was a joke. Like, I didn't think it was real. So explain
I thought so too.
Relation to me and what exactly.
No, I just saw Mercedes-Benz actually post something on their IG page, and it was like Mercedes-Benz times Virgil.
These niggas come out with motherfucking cars, and it got seat on the seat in parentheses.
That big ass zip instead of instead of a fucking regular ass seatbelt, it's a goddamn zip.
Somebody gonna have to shoot his fat.
Hey, yo, this nigga got a fucking zip tie as a seatbelt.
Hey, I dead ass up until like 2 years ago thought Virgil was like from London. I thought he was like some little bloke that Kanye knew that just sold briefcases.
That nigga from Chicago like a bitch.
That nigga's he's from where Tom Hanks.
He's from North Side.
He was an extra in the shot.
Oh, he's from the north side of Chicago.
He from North Side, so he not real. He from North Side.
That's even worse, right?
Virgil, he from North Side. He's not even from South Side. He from North Side.
That's even worse, right?
As in the good side.
Yeah, he from the suburbs. He from the suburbs.
Like.
He around
That's
white
what
people.
I was saying. Up there with Tom Hanks and them niggas. Fuck
that.
He's
up in Wrigley.
Around back then, so guess what? He wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, you know Virgil was at Wrigley Field snitching on people. You know that. He's like, there's black people over here smoking marijuana.
I don't know much about Chicago, but I know that they said if you're not a Cubs fan and you're a White Sox fan, it's fucking you wear black Air Forces.
No, because I learned. No, for real. It's like some shit like that. Like
heard that
in
before,
Chicago,
nobody roots. I be forgetting that they're even a team. Like, just need somebody to just beat up on. It's like that 5 that you got in your phone and you don't want to text them, but you're striking the fuck out, and you need a score because you're just. All right,
you're finished.
That's enough of that.
Yeah.
I'm just
no, but for real, like, but in Chicago, if you're a White Sox fan, if you're a White Sox fan, that means you black and you like from the hood and shit. And if you're a Cubs fan, that means you're from the suburbs. Yeah. You're from the suburbs and you're white. And if you're black and you're a Cubs fan, that means you set tripping.
You said like the Lakers and the who?
Listen, David. Hold on. Let me break it to you, man. There is no such thing as a Clippers fan. There are people that dislike the Lakers enough to root for the other LA team. But there's no such thing as a Clippers fan.
Where has this freeway been?
Just like the Mets and the fucking Yankees, right?
It's just like the Mets. It's like the Mets. It's like the Mets and the Yankees. There's no such thing as a Mets fan. There's just people that dislike the Yankees and they want to root for a New York team, so they go for the Mets. That's literally all it is.
First of all, I've had a fucking enough.
Are you still a defense attorney, bro? Can you be my defense
Gather the fuck around.
Why do you have a lighter? Why was there a lighter there?
Because we ran out of lighters, so I just got the little candle one.
Oh, I got
Bones.
I hear right. Bones. You got to goddamn get. You got
to. Got people moving different.
So, first of all, the Yankees is New York's team. But if you have morals and courage, and you strive to succeed, and you're from Queens, you vote for the Mets. All right, the Mets is Queens team. All right.
Okay.
Darryl Strawberry was faded every night, and they won.
Yeah,
I can be faded every night, and somehow I'm gonna win.
Yo, I'm 100% sure Darryl Strawberry was in that cocaine circus that Jordan was talking about. I'm 100% sure.
Probably.
I'm 100% sure.
Before we
y'all think Jordan really took the cheese, bro? I think Jordan was had coke all over his bald head.
Niggas were doing coke off Jordan.
They probably put the coke in the hand like LeBron does with the powder, like threw that shit up in the fucking room. Probably. Everybody going around like.
See, you know what, G? That's what I think. When I think of people like coke addicts, I usually think of like more wealthy people. Crack addicts, of course, as they know it, they've advertised that more for underprivileged, marginalized minority communities, all of that stuff. So when I think of people, when I think of people doing coke, I think that they just like throw shit up in the air and just like have like coke parties with air, just coke just flying around and shit like that. That's what I think.
They fucking put cocaine in the ventilators in their houses and shit, and they just like throw it out, and they're just sniffing, they're just inhaling it constantly throughout the day.
That's what I've always thought.
But that is fucking nuts. Okay,
yeah, bro.
Yo, I'm almost 100% sure that's what white people, well, not white people, rich people are doing in their house.
Rich people, that's rich people.
So he went from a goddamn a race to a class. He said, I'm sorry, not white people, rich people.
Yeah, because I'm 100% sure that there's like rich black and brown people that do the same exact shit.
They probably do the same nut shit.
They probably do the same exact shit. They put coke all over the place and they're doing it just like them. I'm 100% sure.
It's a rich people thing. I don't know about it, but yes.
Yeah, niggas rich. Niggas thought they were frying goddamn chicken with regular flour. That's not flour.
That's not no flour.
That's cocaine.
That's Bobby Brown.
Hey, and what you say to Shy? You ever think about letting that jump marinate in some buttermilk? I said, oh shit.
Woo!
Yo, so
Dixon, what were you trying to? This nigga Dave was trying his hardest to say something.
I was going to segue to the work shit, but in unemployment shit.
Because for like Virgil and the Mercedes Benz, like that don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. I'm pretty sure the leather seats got holes in them, like the Jordan 5s did. They had a hole in the tongue for no reason. I'm sure the seats. Do we know
for sure that it's car designing, or could it be just anything?
Who knows?
Listen, bro.
Before you even continue, bro, can I ask what is the appeal of Virgil shit? Because even when I was back at Nike, bro, like I remember people going gassing this shit, bro, and like I could not see the appeal, bro.
It's just
talking about like if I grab a pair of Vapor Maxes and write like in quotations on that motherfucker and put a zip tie on it, it's not gonna make no bread. But so tell me what's the appeal?
It's just the aspect of Virgil wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for Kanye.
Kanye West. That's exactly where I was.
We all were around.
It's a Kanye plug.
Was goddamn wearing Babesters and all that dumb shit. And for those who don't know, the very first Millionaires was created by Nigo and Pharrell, and it was a Louis Vuitton Millionaire.
Yeah,
Virgil, this new millionaire everybody's raving over, is just his rendition that looks exactly like the other.
Yeah, all Virgil
so
does,
like paying homage. He didn't.
All Virgil does is all Virgil does is steals design from other people. Even the Mercedes-Benz collaboration, he stole that from Amélie Dor and Porsche. Amélie Dor did a collaboration with fucking Porsche, but that collaboration was more organic because. Was that with
Daniel Arsham?
No, it was the guy Teddy from Amélie Dor, the
Teddy Santee.
Yeah. So he had a collaboration with Porsche, but that's more organic because he told the story of like his grandparents driving like an old school Porsche, and he has like an affinity for old school cars. He has an old Porsche, and he collects things like that. He has pictures of things like that. Like he has an affinity for it, so he designed like race car gloves. He did like jackets and things like that. Virgil has no connection to Mercedes-Benz other than he gets probably driven in a Mercedes. That's literally his only connection to it. If this motherfucker turns around and designs a fucking T-shirt that has the Mercedes-Benz logo with quotation mark on it, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind because it's gonna be weirdos.
What's coming.
There's gonna be weirdos outside wearing it. Yo, can you imagine?
Niggas gonna have
fucking walking down La Brea.
Mercedes lose the time. Honestly,
it's dumb as fuck.
I can't wait to rewind this part back. When that shit's tough as a bitch.
You know what?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Some of the shit I seen there for like Louis Vuitton was fire, but like it's gonna be fire. But at the end of the day, like what Freeway is saying, like it ain't organic. Like
it don't make sense. Like, it's forced.
I'm like what Dixon said also, because that's what I was thinking. I'm like Jimmy was talking about how Virgil doesn't have any like genuine. Well, he hasn't come out at least and said that he has like genuine connection with Mercedes-Benz. Other than the fact that he's a creative director of menswear at Louis Vuitton. And when you think of, I guess, a Louis Vuitton, like when you think of luxury cars or you think of luxury retail, like fashion and shit like that, you think of those two brands. So that's the only connection really that I can even think of. Unless he comes out and says, oh, well, you know, goddamn, my mama had a goddamn Benz and shit like that in the north side of Chicago. Like,
you gonna be saying goddamn?
Well, if he does,
he's gonna copy Corey. He's gonna copy Corey. That's what he's gonna do.
My mama had a goddamn.
Oh goddamn!
My mama had a goddamn Benz. I was thinking about mine.
Virgil's gonna lose sponsorships just off of him saying that alone. What did he say?
Listen, man. At this point, whatever story he puts out in relation to Mercedes-Benz, we're not gonna believe it. It's too late. Now at this point, we're gonna run with the narrative we created. We don't care about we don't care about what your story is, what your connection is anymore, because you didn't tell us beforehand. Now whatever you tell us is because you see in backlash and you want to tell us a bullshit story. We're not gonna believe it. You a fucking scammer. You're gonna put fucking zip ties as seat belts. You're gonna put holes in seats. And you're gonna write gas pump on the fucking gas pump shit in the car. Like that's all you're gonna do.
We let Jimmy in his bag right now. He's
Freeway in his bag.
No, hey, but fuck him.
Hey, but speaking of,
he's not gonna have no tires on that bitch. He's gonna have Jordan 4s on the bitch. You know.
Speaking of scammers, you know what I mean. If everybody done, you know what I mean. I'm gonna segue real brief. Like, I want to talk to y'all about being black in retail. You know what I'm saying? A few weeks ago, I want to say about over a month ago, I had said that I was working at a Warby Parker. You know what I mean? And that like I had a certain situation that made me think I could sue for wrongful termination. And then fairly recently, I said I would not do that.
Mm-hmm.
To talk briefly about that situation, because I've been excited to talk about this on the podcast for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Warby Parker. I got there at a time, pretty much when I started the podcast, to be quite honest. But I got there at a time when I honest to God needed money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at the time, it worked well for me. And I have no complaints about my time physically working at Warby Parker, physically going to the place. However, when quarantine started, I started noticing, or even before quarantine, but it amplified during quarantine. I started noticing certain things that, like, you know, didn't make me comfortable with the way Warby Park was moving. Like the work from home model was a bit more geared towards, it was geared towards them like thinking that we were gonna go back to work at some point. And the news and what scientists were saying and like what medical professionals were saying, it did not seem like that was gonna be the case, right? So it came to a head right after the George Floyd protests, June 12th. They asked me if I wanted to go back. So at first, I was considering going back because it didn't seem like it was a bad idea. I, for whatever reason, decided to Google whatever information on COVID in California was going on. Seeing that by June 12th, you know what I'm saying, like things were not going well in LA County specifically. Told the people that worked at Warby Parker that it's in essence, in so many words, the most polite way they could tell me. They told me, you know, we see what you're saying. We have people kind of working here with us that tell us that whatever the fuck you're saying is not true or is not like essentially the case. So, and I had mentioned something about like, I know, because the biggest thing for me was like, they were talking about opening. And I was like, yo, you know, I got homies that work there. Regardless of whether or not I'm going back, like, I don't even want to see y'all open because I got homies that's going to go back and I don't want to see them going out crazy.
Right.
So I'm just kind of saying like, this is information I got. I don't think y'all should open. I know this might make me lose my job. So just tell me exactly what I got to do. Like, if I happen to lose my job, the rhetoric was that a nigga would have to reapply in the future and that, like, you know, they was going to still open. Fast forward, they didn't open. A lot of people also got asked, decided not to come back. And they recently asked me again. So I was under the impression that when I got furloughed and decided not to go back, being on unpaid leave, I no longer work for the company because I was told I didn't work for the company. However, that wasn't the case for whatever reason. So I still work for the company technically. They asked me to come back. I told them no because nothing changed in like a month. You know what I mean? And like they're gonna do whatever.
Right. If anything, it's gotten worse. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, it's gotten worse. Because this was like days after Governor Newsom, fucking redid the whole stay-at-home shit or like, you know, close down a bunch of places. So decided not to go back. But I guess my question to y'all, because like I said, I'm not gonna do whatever wrongful because technically, you know, I don't have a case. But in y'all experience with retail, do y'all feel like, because my biggest thing that with the whole thing while I was saying no so many times was like, I didn't feel like I was respected, not just as a black man, but just as a person in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was being asked to go back at a very prime time. There was nothing in place that made me feel like I could go back safely. And it kind of just opened my eyes to like, damn, like, have I ever worked at a job that might have respected me like that? You know what I mean? Because like, I heard of people that worked at jobs that I've been at before that like got a bit more, like they were getting paid the whole time. They didn't get furloughed. You know what I mean? There was like 2-3 weeks of like, okay, this is how we're going to like operate. Like they trained them, shit. Like these niggas are just talking about throwing me in the water type shit, you know, having me do X, Y, Z. So, I mean, I guess my question is, has this time of, I guess since we in COVID and pandemic, et cetera.
Nigga, if you don't ask the question, nigga.
Has it like opened your eyes and, you know what I'm saying, like into like how black people are treated in retail? Because most of us worked at the same job. You know, I know Kevy worked at a few different retail jobs. So, like, has it kind of opened your eyes as to like how we're treated, like black people in general treated in retail?
How differently we're treated
like,
in retail?
Yeah, just like this time, like not being, I know Corey hasn't worked retail in a while, but like this time, like just not working retail and literally being at home, just getting your thoughts to yourself, like, have you felt like not even just retail, but just like any workplace, like, do you feel like you weren't treated with respect as a black person? Like, do you feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like in retail was bad. It's really bad in retail, even though majority of the people that work in the retail space are black and brown people. But it's exceptionally bad in corporate America.
Ooh,
in corporate America, boy, man, like I've had
it's built into the way the shit just operates.
Like since I've moved here, I think I've had like 4 different like corporate jobs. Each of them, I've always been the only person of color in my department, and sometimes in the whole office. Sometimes, so I'm constantly being looked at as differently than everybody else and spoken to differently than everybody else because they don't know how to like navigate around me. Like a lot of people come to me, talk to me because they're like, oh, it's the cool black guy. Like he dresses cool, has cool shoes. Like, oh, I want to go talk to him about these things to see if he approves of it. And then there's the other people that like try to talk down to like you and your job, which is weird. Like there was like a white manager I had that she was different with everybody else, but when it came with me, she was always She tried to control the work environment for her to have to do everything because she wanted all the credit for everything that was done. So it was only me and her in the department. And she'll always want credit for everything. And when I'll ask to see like if she needed anything done or like if there's anything else that I can do, and if I wanted to learn something new in the department, she was like, nah. Like she wanted all the credit for everything. She didn't want me to get any acknowledgement and none of that. And then from that moment on, I started realizing like, oh shit, it doesn't matter whether it's retail, whether it's corporate America, like they're gonna treat you differently because of your background and how you look. It doesn't matter, and that's just how shit is, and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, shit. To what Jimmy said, of course. I haven't worked retail since like early 2017, but prior to that, nigga was retailing this shit out here, just like most of us. Most people who either are from LA or they move here, you got to have a retail job at some point. You probably did, even if you don't anymore.
Right.
But as far as how I realized or how I noticed that some shit was fucked up, I mean, I knew that from whenever I just started working retail. I started working retail when I was like 15, 16. And I could just tell off top one, being in Texas, you could tell when niggas is just being blatantly racist. But then coming to LA, where you deal with more of the covert racism that's not in your face, but it is in your face at the same time. You can't see it, but you can still see it. It's like invisible, but it's not, because you can see it. It's built into like the way the office runs. It's built into the way the people treat you around you, you know, but there are some who choose to not acknowledge that. But when we all worked together at Nike, that shit I could tell from like, I think when we went through like, what was the training shit that we did when we was in Santa Monica?
Yeah.
I knew, because Jimmy didn't have to, because he was just transferring stores. He didn't have to go through all of that shit. But Dixon, when we was doing all of that training, I could just sit then. I'm like, man, I mean, one, I needed the job, so I wasn't going to turn down the job. The skrill, I ain't going to turn down no bread. But I could tell, like, okay, these coaches, just the way the system, the way the store is going to be operated, I could already tell that the few minorities they have in place are only here to just be that. That's all they're here to do. They're not here to make it seem like they're trying to treat everybody equally. No, I was like, no, we just need to make it look like we give a shit. You know, we'll have two or three black coaches or leads, but they don't really have much pull like we all do.
And that was the funny part, and that was the funny part about Nike, because Nike, for the most part, when stuff goes on outside, they're the first. I guess you could say that Nike, out of all the corporate businesses, is the first responder. I guess you could say that. So
for real, they usually are. Yeah.
So they're usually the first ones to start the initiatives and set the trend and the narrative. Like, yo, everybody, like, you got to make sure you do this and that for your employees. So like, it's no knock, because we all work there at Nike. So we all experience bullshit. We hear all the stories, especially the page Black at Nike that since then has been removed. Shut down. Yeah, it's been shut down. So like, it's no knock on the company, because it's not like every single human being in the company is like that. It just happens to be that the managers that are hired at the stores are in constant competition with their employees. And that's a problem. If a manager that's working in a retail store feels like he has to compete with one of us three for a position in a corporate office, that's already all fucked up, because they're going to look at you and they're going to tell you like, oh, why are you more suited for that job? What makes you think that you're going to get it? And these are real conversations. These conversations actually happen with other coworkers of ours. Like, what makes you think that you're going to get it? Like, I've been trying to do this for this long and I didn't get it. And I was like, well, that's you. That's you. Like, if you can't get it, you can't get it, man. Like me and you are not the same. But that's the problem. Like, I feel like companies hire the wrong management, especially Nike. Nike hires external people from outside companies.
From outside the company, which was always weird.
As opposed to grooming the employees that already have been within the company for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Yes. Bring those people up and put them in management positions, because those are the people that have been there the longest. They know all the employees the best. They know the company the best. They know all the rules the same, especially Black and brown people. They're the ones that are going to be there. They're the ones that need the job the most. But
look at how long Nike's been around though, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, look what prior to when the Black at Nike campaign, like the page came out, Nike was at the forefront of really letting people know that they were on like our side.
Yeah.
Like, media
for sure.
and statements being made, you know, like they donated the most money. You know, they really were riding for it. So for this to come out, and the fact that up until Jimmy said that they took the page down, the fact that there was even a page, it was like, okay, well, I guess they're not acknowledging it, but they're letting it rock because I guess they don't believe, you know, shit going on. But then when the page got shut down, it was like, okay, who else would do that? Who would have the page shut down? Especially it's been around for so long.
That's what yep.
And now it's all this shit coming out because you ask anybody where they want to work. It's like, oh shit, Nike, like, because they're the most appealing.
Yeah, you know what? I used to
like everybody
during fucking orientation, I used to tell people, like, when me and Corey in orientation, I used to tell people, like, yo, working at Nike is like the same shit as like when you go from high school to college and retail. Like it's like Nike is college retail, and you're going to like the best of the best college. Like
right.
Best experience working retail in terms of like learning how to work retail, how to do it properly, how to do it the best, and like if you want to go to corporate, this is the best possible corporate to go to. Like it's just great to make connections and shit. But Kev, because you didn't work at Nike, I'm interested to know like your experience in retail, and even like outside of retail. Like, do you feel like once again, as a Black person, you might have been treated either a little differently, or that like certain experiences you may have had might have been unique to you?
See, that's the thing that's hard with me because like interviewing from in Richmond and in VA, it was almost like a shot in the dark because I can't say that I was too qualified because I didn't graduate from a 4-year college. I had some college, but the thing about it is like I was at UPS for 8 years. So they would always dick us and try to like make it seem like, oh no, well, you need that college degree.
And then, even though you fucking don't, but okay, yeah. I got you.
In Richmond, like in VA, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but they came out with this new like law that said that 3 years in the same occupation or experience with a certain trade or job is equivalent to the degree.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right. So I was at the company that this six years. So I'm like, oh, I'm qualified. I got some college and I meet the time requirement, you know? And they would just always give it to the polished cut white guy that might have just had a baby with his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool because they was polished and they deserved the job too. But that doesn't mean that I didn't deserve the job. You feel me?
Yeah.
So but that's VA we're talking about. Fast forward over here to LA, in my experiences, is that it's more of a classism. It's more of looking the part. Can we stare at this guy and be around him every day?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's interviews in LA don't really feel like looking at your occupational background and
not really.
More of a.
It's just that they like you.
How's the conversation gonna be like? Like, is he nuts? Like, is he annoying? Like, they're not even looking at credibility. It's can they stand you? And if they can stand you and they like you,
that's exactly what it is.
The rest of it's just bullshit. You know?
That's how I noticed that out here, especially going on like a lot of interviews and shit out here. It's if they tolerate you. That's pretty much what it feels like here. And then when they're done tolerating you, whether it's a retail space or whether it's a corporate space, they're gonna let you go when they're done tolerating you. That's all it is. Out here, it's a competition.
It's 6 degrees of separation, though.
Yeah,
it's 6 degrees separation because I can try to apply for KISS and it just keeps getting blown through the emails, right? But I can be out one night at a dinner, right? I can be out one night at a dinner and the person I'm at dinner with knows Ronnie and really good friends. And I can say, oh, I've been trying to apply to KISS. What? I bet you he'll push me through based off of the connection that he already has with that person. So I must be good. You know what I'm saying?
True. It's true because that happened.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like,
case, yeah.
But imagine a world where you just like, you know what? You really need the job and I don't know you. Let me give you the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so to that point,
in a perfect world,
in a perfect world, I'm just saying. But it's just like, but LA is more classism than, and to be honest, it's probably racism. It's probably just covered up.
It's there.
I can't say that it's not racist.
It's there.
It is.
So I want to ask y'all then. So like to even that point, if we all are in agreement, because I do agree with Kevin that it is a bit more about connections in LA than more places.
Hold on though, Dixon, because I remember. Goddamn, that's my speaker. She was just saying she cutting off.
I don't like it.
So there's a little broad over there, G.
I was like, hey, dog, you gotta cut the
So she was taking it off.
He got a robot at the crib.
When we were fucking, when Dixon, not Dixon, because
sound like the bitch from the chum bucket.
Oh,
her name is Karen, actually.
Like his wife, right?
Yo, you used to curse that nigga out. You're a stupid idiot.
Hey, Kev, when me and Jimmy goddamn were coming back from no, Dixon was stuck at the plantation at the Grove. Me and Jimmy had got moved up to the big house.
We was outside. He was
outside.
Jimmy and I got moved to the big house, and don't make it any better. I got moved to the big house, and then they put me in cash wrap where all of the good old boys were.
They had Corey.
Beverly?
Yeah, they had Corey at the front lines, tap dancing at the register.
Nigga, I was up there.
What y'all want from Nike?
Corey, baby, you felt like goddamn check out money bag, yo.
Felt like goddamn Jimmy Cricket, nigga. I was up there.
Nigga was looking like Sammy J and Django.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Hey, yo. So when me and Jimmy had goddamn, we're coming back from the big house, and we were going back to work with the regular Negroes at the Grove, and I had applied for full-time position. I was probably the most qualified of all, one, because also, like you said, Kev, when you worked in a certain trade for years, I mean, experience is easy to get. But I knew for sure, and even other people, I think Dixon, because I think I told him, he knew I was trying to get the full-time position I applied for.
On our floor, yeah. I didn't apply for it now.
Yeah. So even, and what even was pissing me off, and this is not my first time realizing that, not necessarily the brand, because like we said, we all get behind the brand. They seem to, care. I mean, because like Jimmy said, the niggas like the first responders usually in any type of worldwide crisis, them niggas are right there on the front
first
line.
ones.
But on the store level, there obviously is still a lot of shit that they need to fix. Clearly, and that goes for most major retailers, not even just Nike. But for where we were, specifically at least, when I applied for the full-time gig, went on an interview in store, which is nuts to me. It's like, why am I even interviewing for something that I should just be promoted to anyway?
Absolutely.
Why am I being interviewed for a position that I know how to do with my eyes closed now? I'm like, bro, like, what is this for? Is this formality? This is stupid. We did all of that shit. Made niggas was like, oh yeah, we got a lot of good people, who are looking to be promoted, yada, yada, yada. They tried to like hype it up and make it seem like I was going to get the goddamn position, and they gave it to someone who didn't. I don't even think he had been at Nike that long. I think he started after us or some shit like that.
Hold on, say the name. Who they gave it to?
Oh, I can't even remember the fucking dude's name, because when I left, minus y'all two niggas and a few others, I forgot names of people on purpose because I didn't care to ever see them again.
I'm gonna forget names of people on purpose.
But goddamn, listen, all I'm saying is this: there will be times, like Kevin was talking about, like when he was in Richmond, how they were overlooking, give it to the clean-cut white person, like, okay, clearly, like, it's a race thing here. But out here, they do it in a way, they'll try to smile in your face the whole time they giving your job to someone else. They did that shit to me. And then they promoted me to a position that I didn't even apply to. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I still wasn't getting no hours. So it's like, so you told me I'm getting all of this stuff. I didn't get none of that. One, I didn't get the position that I was damn near guaranteed to get, at least from the way I was looking at it. And from some of the shit that I've heard from some of the other coaches, it made it seem like, okay, yeah, I mean, you're probably going to get the promotion. Then not to get it, and you see the person they gave it to who didn't have near as much
shit out of them, don't you?
Yeah, because it's like, bro, this person ain't got, like, they don't even know how to fucking count cash at the register.
If Corey slap a nigga with them fucking nails, bro,
you're finished.
You are getting.
Yeah, you're getting. Yeah,
done.
But that shit is there, Kev. Like, niggas out here, it might be like a fucking how does this look type thing. But no, niggas will just blatantly skip over your nigga ass too just because you're black, and they'll do the shit right in front of your face.
Woo!
Like,
what a way
I was gonna ask y'all though. Do y'all feel like if y'all had more black connections, it might have been different?
No, not always, because sometimes them niggas ain't got your best interest half the time either.
Okay.
Translation: them niggas tap dancing, and they're not gonna give up their shit for no raggedy snot nose part-time motherfucker like me.
No, yeah, and I noticed that like a lot of the time in retail environment, you can have a black manager that's there, and you can feel like that manager is there for you. But when there's usually one or maybe two black managers in a store that has 15 managers and the rest of them are white, the black managers are gonna dance for them. So they're not gonna so they're not gonna push for you to get to be in the same position as them. Maybe they're trying to tell us something that we don't know, and they're trying to protect us from something. Maybe, but I look at it as, fuck that. I'm not bringing you. I'm not gonna bring you here to be in my position, and then we're all fucked, and then we're all dancing for them too. So you know what, like
they don't want to open their gate. The gatekeeping ass niggas.
You know what? I'll say this. When I was at Nike, I remember there was one manager, because I didn't gas a certain manager. What's it called, Dan at Nike. But I would always say, like, yo, I fuck with Dan because I was like, when I first met that nigga Dan, I was like, I knew exactly the type of person he was, and that nigga never changed from that moment that I met him.
Right.
Like, he was a racist fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Other people weren't that consistent. Other people at that job weren't that consistent. And I remember one black supervisor at Nike kind of pulled me to the side one day and was like, hey, bro, you probably shouldn't gas certain managers, not even just Dan, but like just certain managers at the job just because they might not have your best interest at heart.
I ain't gassing none of them niggas.
I was like, yo, and this was before like I was like really put on game. This is when niggas was just saying shit, but I was like, yo, I know these niggas don't got my best interest at heart, but I do know this, like when a nigga show me his true colors off rip, anything outside of that, you know what I mean? Like I can change mine. You know what I mean?
You gotta take it for what it is.
Exactly.
And that's the day that I left. The day that I left, I went into the store. It was a rant. I was off that day, and I went in there, and they were asking me, and they say, "Oh, how come you're leaving? Where you going?" All I told them was, "I'm going to a better place." That's all I told them. I told them I'm moving on to better things. Because it's none of your business. Because they just want to know where the fuck you're going so they could talk about it with everybody.
So they can talk about the shit.
Right. None of your business. But I'm almost 100% sure they know now where I am, but I don't give a fuck. Like
who cares?
Who gives a shit? But I'm moving the fuck on and moving on from them niggas.
I'm not moving on from them niggas.
I know Dave wanted to talk about like the unemployment. I know Dave wanted to address that.
Oh yeah, you know I want to touch on the unemployment real quick.
I need my money and I need it now.
Yeah,
JG Whitworth.
So what's the fucking thing? Like, okay, so we know that they're gonna cut us another $1,200.
$1,200, another stimmy coming.
Another $1,200 coming, because that's gonna pay 4 or 5 months of rent right there. But anyway,
absolutely. Especially if you're living in Los Angeles.
But what's the right
in Arkansas? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
In terms of what's about to happen, because the unemployment ended either it either ends July 25th or July 31st. It low-key depends.
That bitch is gone.
Pretty much gone now.
In essence, it ends in July. So if you are getting unemployment, you will not be getting an extra $600.
I'm sad as a bitch.
However, Kevin, I have some good news for you.
I got to pour a drink out.
I have some good news for you. People that are collecting unemployment and don't really have like a job like coming forward and don't really have a similar to me, you got a situation where you might have got asked to go to a job where you didn't feel safe going back.
Come on.
They are. However, it most likely won't be all the way up to. I've seen up to 300 at most. They're probably going to try to figure out 70% of your income.
Of your income.
So chances are, until they figure that out, it's going to be like 300 once again at most, probably 200, most likely 100. But there is a guaranteed another stimulus check.
There's a guaranteed stimulus check. They extended they quote unquote extended the eviction moratorium for
yes.
That shit. And cut the fucking additional 600 down to what? 200? You said, right?
Most likely 200. Like, not most likely 200. Chances are they're gonna settle on 200. 100 is like probably what's gonna end up happening.
They giving niggas an additional $100. Like, okay, yeah, you niggas make this stretch.
Hey yo, you know what's crazy? Like, fam,
Here's what I'll
600.
say before we continue and start getting on these Republicans that's in like Capitol Hill on here. California, they are planning to do some meetings because like the deadline is August 5th for like whatever was about to happen, or August 3rd, I want to say. California, the government is gonna have some meetings to try to figure out something to do for the people. It might not be an extra unemployment, it might not be an extra stimulus check, but you know what I mean. We're gonna try to do our due. I'm gonna try to do my due diligence on the show and like keep.
You work for the government?
No, hell
no.
Does. God no, God.
There it is.
He said we. He fixed himself.
I didn't say we. I didn't say we. I'm saying I in terms of my due diligence.
You're finished.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
You're
that.
out of here.
I knew you was the opposite.
I'm trying to get niggas money.
We finally got it.
This nigga's wearing a wire, bro. He's wearing.
We finally got it.
You know what? Y'all niggas figure this shit out by yourself.
Nigga's really in a jail cell. He's never moved. We don't know where he's at.
Don't be asking me about no unemployment. Don't ask me.
We finally got him.
A white background. He could be in Iraq. I don't know him. I don't know who he is.
He got a
He's
yarmulke
never
under
moved.
the durag. That's what he got.
Ever.
Hey,
You don't know where he's
I
at.
hate niggas.
Hey, but you were saying, I know you saying that they were California.
California might do something. They're doing meetings this week and they're gonna figure something out. So
man, we'll believe that California shit when we goddamn see it.
Hey,
I know
man,
this.
like,
say it again.
So none of this makes sense because the extra 600 that they were giving people for the last 34 months, that's what actually kept it, bro. That was what kept the economy running. That shit
Exactly. These niggas want to stabilize
all the money.
They want to stabilize the economy.
All the money people are spending now is that extra 600. So why cut it
Not
back?
that 12.
Period.
That 1,200. That shit's gone within minutes. That extra
You've
6
blown it
for every check. That's what's helping revive the economy and keep everything open. That's what it is. So I don't understand why they're like, oh, let's only give them 200. Why?
Because they,
they want niggas to go back to work. That's literally it.
Oh, right.
But
okay.
But you saw the whenever I think what did they do a study at like Harvard or some shit like that proved like this is nuts. It's not gonna stop people from wanting to go back to work. Like
exactly.
Bro, I'm telling
this is
you.
going to.
When Warby Parker first asked me to go back, I sent them 3 different articles telling them like, yo, one, you know what I'm saying? Like California is not the place. Cases in California. Nobody knows why. So like, I don't get why niggas is talking about not giving an extra 600 for unemployment. If half these people, or not even half, majority of these people's jobs can't even open back up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they can go back to work if you give them bread to go back to work.
How many people are speaking of the money though? Because I read something yesterday about prior to the deadline of the extended unemployment or the additional unemployment that they were getting, additional 600. There was like 28 million people facing eviction, but now that number is going to 40 million or something like that.
Damn.
What exactly does the eviction moratorium? What does that really do?
So pretty much. At least, it's different from state to state, and honestly, sometimes from county to county. However, in California and LA County, after like, you know, shit is like said and done, you have about 12 months to like pay back whatever rent you owe. So if you haven't been paying rent during this primary, but that said, you should. Anybody listening that thinks like, oh, they can stop paying rent, talk to your landlord.
Right, don't do no nut shit like that.
Like make some type of shit, like let them know. But like the way it works in California, it was extended to about, I want to say 12 months. That said, you know what I mean? If niggas aren't giving either a regular stimmy, if niggas aren't giving extra 600 on unemployment, it's gonna be very, very hard for people to keep shit like that.
It's just another tool to keep us. It's just another tool to keep us down and disenfranchised. You know, I ain't got my.
Hey, bro, it doesn't make sense because it's only rich people that are complaining about, well, not even rich people, it's everybody. There's a certain type of person that is going around saying like, oh, these people are comfortable living off the system and living off the government. Fam, that's the whole purpose of the shit. The whole purpose of that system is to be there to help those that need it the most. It's just like how they make fun of women that are like on WIC and EBT and food stamp and people that have Section 8. These things were put in place to help
you. Right, exactly.
They were put to fucking help you. It's only in America that like they create this system to help you get ahead, or not even get ahead, to help you just get through a door and not be ahead. And then it's fucking frowned upon. Like, honestly, it makes fucking sense. And then when white people get a loan from the government, or when they get something from the government, everybody's so fucking happy about it. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, that's so great." But if I'm collecting unemployment, I'm lazy.
Because you saw,
that's just
you saw what the
he's preaching.
No, you saw what the nigga did in Florida, right? He got all that the extra M's.
What'd he do? What that nigga do?
This motherfucker in Florida got the additional COVID federal loans. I think it totaled up to like 4 M's, and he bought a Lambo.
Wow.
Hey, but you know what?
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna hold you. As a nigga who was working real hard for a company that ain't fuck with him, and then started getting that unemployment, and then got that stimmy, and then got like a little bit of bread from school, it's like they get to the point where you start looking at these niggas like, all right, niggas done told me I couldn't get this because I'm gonna look like a nigga my whole life, and I done wanted this shit my whole life.
And now I'm up.
And now he's going to the fucking big house. That's where he's going.
Look at me. I'm out here. Okay?
Freeway like my attorney.
He gonna be up all right, goddamn.
They need to run us another fucking stimmy so everyone can get squirrely. You hear me?
They're sending us another stimulus check in August.
Fellas, before I go broke like Jock, I play with that dog like Vic.
I'm telling y'all, we gonna get that stimmy. We gonna get the whole podcast.
Whatever that was, it's finished.
Yeah, it's over for him. Whatever it was.
Niggas is getting that additional 12. Niggas is getting additional 1,200 to do what? California, the city of Los Angeles, medium rent is like fucking 1,500. So it's like
hell no, not even. Not even.
Yeah.
The fucking
that's for like a. That's just the luxury tax right there. That ain't even like no real shit. That's just some bullshit. Like, okay, that'll get you this. It ain't gonna get you much.
Hey, look, if that stimmy's anything under the 1,200, all y'all listeners, y'all gonna be listening to us on Patreon. You're gonna have to pay.
Y'all niggas have to.
Y'all gonna have to start paying for this fucking podcast.
Hey yo, for real. Hey, but no, we said it, Dixon. We said the shit too, though. I feel like I've been feeling like this for weeks. And of course, with shit really not dying down, like they think it is, because niggas are still out. People are still protesting, ladies and gentlemen. Protests have not stopped. The shits are still
outside.
Happening. Niggas are in Portland getting the fucking fed tucked. Well, it might be the other way around.
They're getting hemp for real.
Dixon works for the Fed, so we got intel. But
yeah,
he's in
the office right now. How long y'all been at the office? They let y'all come back?
I'm telling you, he has
AEP.
He has a yarmulke under the do-rag.
He got the
incoming call.
This nigga getting a call.
Hey, hold on a second.
Sorry, baby's finished.
Whoa!
You got your little Caesar coming through there, huh, boss?
Whoa!
Oh,
hey, yo.
Bad.
Bottom line, though, what I was saying is, the fucking not getting additional money is going to lead to more unrest. More unrest produces more what? Niggas out here looting and shit. So if you niggas don't fucking figure this shit out soon, niggas is gonna be back out in the streets. Niggas are what? Yeah, he's finished.
So,
but niggas are gonna end up being back out in the streets if they don't figure this out. $1,200 is not gonna do enough. $1,200 is cool, but getting a one-time $1,200 check every 4 months, what the fuck is that gonna do? Niggas ain't got a stimulus check since what was that? April? Niggas gonna be August.
That's what the fuck been gone for months.
Like that shit was gone before it even got there. For a lot of people, it was fucking gone. Niggas were out here buying nut shit, or niggas were trying to like get caught up on bills.
Yo,
so
fam,
it was gone before you even hit your account.
Yo, fam, that 1,200 when it came in, I spent it in 4 minutes.
Yeah, the shit was gone. Yeah.
Damn. I spent that shit in 4 minutes, bro. Like I had to pay a credit card. That shit was gone.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, next Timmy I'm getting is going to Demon Time.
He's going to where?
Listen,
that's exactly why they don't want to give niggas money.
It's going right in the strippers G string.
If
you send a dime to Demon Time.
Freeway, you my district attorney, bro. Don't do this. Yo, you my defense attorney. Don't do this.
Yo, we're gonna see the whole Demon Time pop up again. It's gonna be funded by Dave. It's gonna be powered by Dave Dean.
No, it's gonna be powered by Uncle Sam.
Hey yo,
it's gonna be sponsored. Instead of having a Ciroc sponsor, it's gonna have Dave's IG name at the bottom of the Demon Time shit.
Dixon, you out here tricking like that, boss?
That's what you do, man.
Yeah, I remember that one time we left. I remember that one time we left the studio and we had to take this nigga to the goddamn strip club right behind the studio.
Hey, niggas think we be playing about this Rock Nation sponsorship or whatever sponsorship we have been. It's gonna
Rock
happen.
Nation is never signing us.
Whatever check our niggas give me to get off the show is going straight into a stripper's D string.
Hold on a second.
Dixon gonna be back at Warby
Park. We investing in black business.
Hold on. Talking about Rock Nation, Kev wanted to say something about Tidal being a scam.
Tidal?
I did.
Yeah.
Tidal is a scam?
Tell us, Kev. What is it?
Conspiracy snapback on.
All right.
Tell us, Kev.
I don't believe I said scam because I will not be ruined here tonight.
What was it then?
But I do think that something's fishy.
Be careful. Be careful, boss. You in the hot seat. Be careful. You in the hot seat.
I am. Why is it that you're doing verses, okay?
Right.
And then now, not only are you not doing it anymore, but it's your competition, Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
And my real beef is not really with Tidal, although I think that they are entitled to tell us with all these times that we're going through right now. You are black owned. But I got to dial it back a little bit because a lot like the Nike situation, Apple has put up big numbers and Apple has shown their support and Apple was first. Don't chastise someone for having Apple and not Tidal. All I'm saying is that you should have if you have Tidal, but Apple doesn't mean that you don't support black businesses.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
It doesn't mean that. And the fact that it's like, instead of congratulating these brothers like, damn, they got another sponsorship like fucking that, it's fuck is it Apple for? Like, fuck it. Fuck.
It's funny you mentioned that because when they announced the new versus matchup for I think
right
the weekend or the next weekend, as soon as I saw the sponsorships, I saw Ciroc was still there, Black on Diddy, and then I saw it was Apple Music. So my next question was, why the fuck is it Apple Music? Like, now if y'all getting sponsors and y'all making money for this shit, like how are y'all gonna pay the artists? And I'm 100% sure if you start paying the Rick Ross and 2 Chainz, which is the next one, y'all gonna have to retro pay the rest.
What's that?
You want to know?
They'll only have to retro pay those niggas if they put the old episodes on Apple.
On Apple.
Okay.
No. That's what they're gonna start doing. Watch. You're gonna have to go on Apple, and it's gonna be like the Wave Radio, but instead of audio, it's gonna be video, and you're gonna watch these verses from on Apple, and the quality is gonna be amazing. Maybe, and I stand corrected, I can be a man and say, maybe Tidal didn't do nothing wrong. Maybe Apple just offered a bigger bag, which would in turn make Swiss and Tim coons.
I was gonna say, but because that almost
every nigga got a price. So
everybody got a price.
Every nigga is a star.
Every nigga is a coon.
Whoa.
What it is?
That only works if you're not a nigga. Because if it works, you're a coon.
The light is about to get arrested.
So you think that niggas shouldn't drag other niggas who don't have Tidal if they got Apple Music or Spotify? Like
right, you've been dragging us?
Who,
No,
me?
Yeah, you. You the main one. Fuck out of here. You the main one over here. With fucking Squidward with the 9.
You the only nigga I know that got
I'm gonna
title.
be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that if Tidal was like all whimsical like these other fucking streaming services and we could share passwords, I would have probably been had Tidal. But they don't play that way. They play a thorough way to where you can't have Tidal unless you buy Tidal. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just
I like the way the shit
really
sounds on Tidal. I like the fact that especially whenever they do artist payouts, Tidal gives their artists a bigger payout. Like they actually make more versus on the streams versus Apple Music and Spotify and some of the others.
And then like we talked about it before, it's like 12 cents on the stream.
Yeah, they
so
they
you
pay
said
their
that
artists.
alone.
So you the
All
reason.
these
The
rappers.
reason these niggas are walking around with fake chains is you.
You said what?
So the reason.
So they, yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
But you gotta realize, all these rappers talk about, I got it, I make this much, I got a bag on me,
At least
all,
you take
all
credit.
possible,
I don't know.
and you're not gonna release your album on just Tidal. Money is money.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, now.
Yeah.
Listen, man. To be quite honest, man, if I learned one thing is that these black entertainers, they're not with none of that shit. They're gonna go for the.
That, bro, what have we've literally been saying this for, we've said it and we've said it in so many different ways. In order to truly obliterate capitalism, that also means celebrities too.
Yes. It's true.
Because you guys profit off capitalism. I'm not saying that I want to, ruin a celebrity's bag or something like that. But if we are out here actually fighting a good fight, and we're actually doing shit because we actually want more people to have an equal opportunity. If we're taking down the system, we're taking down capitalism. That means a lot of these celebrities you gotta sink or swim.
It's
or
true.
is it not sink or swim, right?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking speaking of celebrities, recently the Emmy nominations came out, and a lot of celebrities were nominated for it. One of my favorite celebrities, I don't even consider her a celebrity, Regina King, my favorite
Regina fucking King.
Actor.
For what?
Actress of all time. She was nominated for
Watchmen?
Yes.
Yeah, she was nominated for
Wow.
Yeah.
And I didn't even finish Watchmen. Did you finish Watchmen?
To me, Watchmen to me is like probably one of the greatest shows of all time, if not the greatest show of all time. And Regina King might be the greatest actress I've ever seen of all time. I'm very
she's there, boss. She's right there.
Honestly, she might be my favorite actor. Like Kenan Thompson was also nominated, and he's another one of my favorite actors. But those are two people that I've never seen anything that they've been in, and it's been bad. Like literally.
Viola
Davis. Yeah.
Oh, Viola Davis too. But the thing about Regina King and even Kenan Thompson is that they haven't been in movies where they have like big directors that are like with a great script. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they just have like whatever the fuck they got going on right now. They just got a bag to get. So I like Regina King because like even she was in like some TNT show that I was like, damn, like she was like the chief of police, and I was like, wow, like she's like.
What show was this? I can't remember this show. Which one was this?
It was. I'm gonna look it up. It was with that nigga from. I'm gonna look it up. and then we're gonna find out by the end of the show. But she was also Riley and Huey in Boondocks.
Yeah, Riley and Huey.
Friday. Yeah. She was in Bill Street where she won an Oscar. She was in Watchmen. She was in Leftovers.
American Crime. American Crime.
She was amazing.
Back-to-back
American
right?
Crime. She was amazing. Yeah, and you know what? I'll say this: when I watched American Crime, that's when I realized she was my favorite actress. Because I watched American Crime and I was like, oh damn, Regina King, like, you know what I mean? And then she started like doing whatever else she was doing. I was like, wow, like I don't think
you mentioned that Netflix one too, right?
Was that yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where dude got shot. Yeah, I know.
7 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't mention it.
7
yeah.
seconds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That one's amazing.
I forgot about that, John. That John was good.
So of the Emmy noms, because Dixon was talking about Regina King being, pretty much she just on GOAT status right there, boss.
My cynical ass rant.
You said what?
Before I go into my cynical ass rant.
Because he was fit to.
It was close.
But he was about to close. But of the Emmys list, because it's a long ass fucking list. You know, just a few things. You know, of all of this past television season, have all of y'all had a chance to look at the Emmys list, anyways, before we even really get into it?
Yeah,
Kev, you looked at it?
Yeah, I got into it.
I mean, you know.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Because you know, we've been talking about Regina King, and we've talked about Viola Davis because these are both very well decorated Black female actors in Hollywood. But what's some other favorites that you got coming up that are nominated here? Like what's some sleepers? You niggas got some sleepers that you might think is gonna might come in and steal some shit? Because I personally don't see Watchmen losing much of anything.
Yeah, Watchmen's not losing. It has 26 nominations.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll say, Freeway mentioned, like you mentioned Rami. I don't know if you mentioned on the show, but you were talking about how much you fuck with it. I think Rami's gonna win Best Comedy Series.
Rami, nigga.
Or Rami, I'm sorry, I don't watch the show.
Nigga kept saying Rami, nigga.
Rami.
He's fucking finished.
I'm too lit.
I feel like for best actor in comedy, I feel like Rami could win that in best actor. Best actress drama, I think Zendaya could win that. I think she can.
You think she can come in as a sleeper?
But who is she up against?
I think she's up against Jennifer Aniston in The Morning Show, Olivia Colman Brown, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve, Laura.
Yeah, and she be going crazy in that role on Killing Eve. She won last year
from Ozark, and you got Sandra Oh from Killing Eve.
That's tough.
To me, she's the dark horse. I think she's the dark horse. I feel like she's a dark horse. She could come in and sneak in, maybe, but that's a tough.
No, I agree with Jimmy. She could definitely be the dark horse because, of course, they probably not even pay her role much attention. But you never know. Open up that fucking envelope and they say Zendaya.
They gave it to a girl from the Amazon show like a couple years ago. So
Phoebe, yeah, from Fleabag, right?
Yeah, Fleabag.
You talking about from Fleabag, Dixon?
Phoebe something.
Phoebe Waller, yeah, her, the white woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and then other than that, I think the ones that I'm most excited about. I mean, I get it. We were talking about in the chat earlier about all of these other great shows that were nominated: Watchmen, fucking Ozark, Succession. But let's talk about some shows that keep getting nominated that people ain't really feeling and shit like that as much anymore, like Stranger Things and shit like that. Like, I don't personally dislike Stranger Things. I'll watch it, but the fact that it keeps getting nominated for lackluster seasons is blowing my mind. It's like these past 2 seasons have not really been hitting like that.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
And I feel for the most part is because the show has such a big cult following and gets so many views, and it had the collaboration with Nike, and it's like so anticipated when it comes out. Like you kind of have to give it the nod just because it has all the clout with social media. Like when Stranger Things is announced that it's coming back, everyone is on it. Like everybody's
on it. Yeah,
it becomes like a phenomenon.
Yeah, people like lose their mind. So I feel like you gotta nominate them just because of that hype alone, not even because of what the show is up anymore.
So you think they've kind of gotten to like a Game of Thrones type status as far as always being nominated, regardless of how bad the season may or may not be.
Yeah, I think I think it's reached that point because it happened with Game of Thrones as well. Like there were a few seasons that were like, like we could have gone without it, but people love the show. People love the show.
I'm gonna try it again, by the way, too, because I've never seen it, and I never make it back.
Was Better Call Saul nominated for Best Drama Series?
Yes, sir, as it should be. Better Call Saul.
Okay, yeah.
I've raved about this series. I think
that shit is amazing. I watched it.
I've never seen that as well. I've never seen it.
I never watched it.
Better Call Saul.
Watch Breaking Bad first. But Better Call Saul is like, imagine if like after The Wire, niggas immediately did a show about like Stringer or like, Avion, like a prequel series. Yeah, it's fire. Like niggas like
and
the Breaking Bad.
What's really good to me about Better Call Saul, fellas, is that it follows the Breaking Bad mode of it gets better. Like it
Yeah, and that's what I'm scared of. Can I watch Better Call Saul right now without never seeing Breaking Bad?
Woo!
Kinda.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can
because it's the purpose. And now I have to connect that with Breaking Bad.
But here's what I'll say, Kevin. With Better Call Saul, it's like it's its own show through and through. If you watch Breaking Bad, it's a little bit better just because like certain characters you might recognize and certain
references
you might recognize, certain Easter eggs you might recognize. But if you've never seen Breaking Bad, you can watch Better Call Saul and like, you'll completely understand because it's its own story.
It's still it's still a separate.
As it stands, it has yet to completely connect with the older series. But like Better Saul, the main character in Better Call Saul, is a character in Breaking Bad.
But he is for sure on the way of Breaking Bad because it's on the way. You could tell in the last season that this nigga is on.
He is. But you know what's interesting? I wish I didn't watch this show.
Nigga Dixon's on the goddamn.
Nothing, but it's Android. Almost the opposite of Breaking Bad. So Freeway, you watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Walter White was going from like a good nigga to being like an evil ass nigga. Better Call Saul is like an evil ass nigga trying to be good for the entirety of the series and realizing he cannot. Is all I'll say about that.
Yeah, like, this nigga Walt is the.
But Better Call Saul is almost a better show just because like these niggas perfected it. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas know exactly what they need to do. Like every episode is fire. Like every season is fire. Like
you gotta watch. What yo, Kev? To answer your question though, like Dixon said, you could for sure watch Better Call Saul right now and not have watched Breaking Bad.
You might actually like Better Call Saul a bit better than Breaking Bad.
But I will say this though, and I can identify this with Better Call Saul. It was a slower build than Breaking Bad. I feel like Breaking Bad, especially with the first season of Breaking Bad is shorter than all the other seasons because it was like the writer's strike, I think, at that time, so it got cut short.
But it got
so that fucking series didn't take long to really start picking up. Like it was after like the first 2 episodes, niggas was already getting into like shit.
So Better Call Saul is like it take a couple seasons before shit start really.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna start some drama with this. But one of the awards for the Emmys for variety sketch, I'm almost 100% sure Twitter's gonna be in an outrage because there's only 3 nominations for it. It's a Black Lady sketch show, HBO, Drunk History Comedy Central, and Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live is most likely going to win. And everyone is going to be upset that Black Lady sketch show did not win. I'm calling that right now.
Even though most of them didn't even really watch it. Because I watched the Black Lady sketch show and I mean, there were some I'm like,
Bro,
I'm 100% sure, I thought it was okay.
I'm 100% sure that 95% of the people that are going to complain about it never watched it. And that's just what's going to happen.
Of course.
But honestly, variety show is one of those categories. It's like it's one of those categories where if you see SNL nominated, you just not gonna win. Same way when Jon Stewart was nominated for like a talk show and shit. If Jon Stewart's nominated, you're not gonna win.
Just like John Oliver now, he's the same way. Like when John Oliver's
nominated, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Like the Emmys is one of the few award shows that's probably like the most fair just because it's so much TV. Like the shit they're gonna nominate is gonna be the most fire. You know what I mean? And whoever wins, like regardless of what argument you have against these niggas, it's gonna be like, well, if you watch whatever the fuck they was nominated for, that shit was probably fire.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate, honestly, because like I was saying earlier, like Snowfall not getting nominated to me. I know y'all niggas seen that episode. I built this shit brick by brick.
Snowfall, and that's exactly
another nigga change it because you know what I'm saying? Like, and this nigga British, he talking like more LA than me. You know, I'm from out here. Like, so to me, that's crazy. Even Freeway, you was mentioning Ozark earlier. This nigga's name is Tom Pelfrey. He played the brother in fucking Ozark. That little speech he had when he was taking a taxi on the way, like to pretty much not to spoil nothing if nobody's seen Ozark. Before the end of the season, essentially. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like that was such a fire scene and such a fire episode. He played such a fire role. It's like, damn, this nigga didn't get nominated. But then you see like, okay, 3 niggas out Succession got nominated. That makes sense. Like, It's such
a. Succession's gonna win. Succession's gonna win a lot of the awards. I think HBO is gonna walk into the Emmys or be on Zoom for the Emmys and just clean house.
Cause it's gonna be on niggas is probably gonna be zoomed in.
Niggas is probably gonna be on Zoom.
And fucking HBO is just gonna win everything, bro. Like they're gonna clean house.
But you know what? One thing I do want to bring up before we move on or whatever. Shout out to Mandalorian. You know what I mean? It has Giancarlo, who's also in Breaking Bad actually, and Better Call Saul. But he wasn't Mando. That was a pretty big surprise. That's probably one of the few minority-led dramas that was nominated. Because it's a Mexican who plays a Hispanic person who plays the Mandalorian, and you got like Giancarlo and a lot of minority people. So shout out to Mando. Very surprised. Shout out to Disney Plus too.
Kev, you good down there, boss?
That nigga lit.
He's finished.
That nigga lit.
So,
Kev, Kev wanted to talk about a little bit. He wanted to get into fuck the Emmys. Yo, viewers, we'll come back to the Emmys. The shit ain't happening.
When the awards are,
Kev has been giving out some goddamn awards over the pandemic season.
Yeah.
Kev, boss, what's the dating world been like out here in these Rona streets?
It's quiet. It's quiet. But for some reason, I'm having a blast. A whole blast.
Bro, listen, man. I don't know what it's like because I'm at a commission.
Yeah, he's fucking out of commission. He really shouldn't even be saying much right now. He
has no advice for anybody.
Listen, but the way you motherfuckers talk about it, that shit seems so fucking stressful. You niggas
man, let me tell you, boss.
Y'all have so much pain in y'all eyes.
It sucks, and especially coming from I'm still trying to get used to just this new world, nigga. Last year, or not even last year, this year will be my first full year of being single. Last year it was still impartial because I was getting divorced. So I was still technically in something, even though I wasn't in it no more. So now not being married anymore, not having, like that constant interaction with one person, and you trying to do it with like 10 different chicks who may or may not be like down to do something or see you or actually figure out where this is going to go or actually respond to an email, not an email. If you're emailing chicks out there, you're finished. But
I emailed a joint before, man. I was sad.
We remember that story.
Yo, Kev, can you tell us a little bit about your encounter this past week? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Fuck all the other stuff I'm talking about.
Can you tell us
a little bit about bag a little bit?
Can you tell us about the story a little bit? What happened to you?
Sheesh.
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Him to tell the story about the email.
We'll keep it a buck, man.
Oh, that one when his sister broke up for how long?
Oh no! I was talking about the joint where I ghost wrote the email.
I don't know what Dixon's talking about. We're talking about. But no. I had this little skeezer come through this weekend. You know what I'm saying, just to watch some
coming
TV.
in fucking hot.
Little joint that I've known in the past, but I've never like got to kick it with like that. Might have took her to the key once.
Okay, it's not official until you take him to the key.
Yeah. Whew.
Damn.
Took it to the key. So then, boom. I said, you know what? I followed the joint again because sometimes you got to unfollow them, but then maybe you see a little glimpse of how you think that joint might be, and you just had to, might have to hit the follow again like I was in a dark place. But
unfollow and follow her again.
I'm fucking back. So now, the joint come over the crib. Mind you, this broad is huge, like not fat, but like tall as a bitch. Like she'll play me for my heart. So I didn't know she was that tall. And then she just like, she built like a goddamn off day. Like it's nuts. She just don't got it.
Whoa.
She's
wait. You said she built like an off day, boss? What's that?
She's built like an off day. Like
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Please explain, bro.
Bro, like, you know how sometimes you wake up and you just feel off? She looks like that day. So now I'm just sitting here like, man, I should have a bitch over the fucking crib. What is wrong with me? So then, my crib decked out because I worked hard to have it decked out. Little projector, you know what I'm saying? Shoes scattered about and nobody to tell me to pick them up.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying? Like a real man. Hold my nuts when I want to. Damn it. All right. So, everybody that's been invited over to the crib know that Kevin Boy Chris Money got a crazy projector. You know what I'm saying? On some paid in full shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Worked hard for it. We got it. This bitch is going to come over here talking about, oh, you should have put an actual TV on the wall. You can't really see it when it's daytime. I said, bitch. I was getting hot because I think the shit looks amazing. I said, first of all, you see any, like, it's no outlets down there. I can't put a TV on that wall if I tried. Well, you should have ran cords somewhere else. But this looks good. But no,
I hate when, hold on, Kev. I hate when chicks give you any type, like when they, I hate when people.
So I'm like, yo.
But
is she the interior designer? What's going on?
Bro, my entire interior design dreams were folding right in front of my eyes because this broad, who doesn't even have her own spot, was judging my shit. And I knew right then and there that I need to stop fucking around and I need to stop letting the streets pay my fucking tab. I need to man up and pay my own tab. Because all it was getting was these ruthless shorties.
Scoundrels.
Just dirt bags.
Jeez.
And the bitch came over in some white Air Force Ones. I didn't want to let her in. I was like,
how? Hold on, but were they icy white or were they like a little dingy, beat up?
They weren't icy white, but they weren't real dingy because I have morals. I will never even be surprised with that. I play the game well.
She ain't come over no feel of destructive like, though, so you solid.
Okay, she might have a kid at home. She can afford another pair, but you know, one of them like that kind. So then,
yeah.
Yo, as my defense attorney, you can't let this slide, man.
I took this fucking. I didn't take her. She wanted to go to fucking Monty's.
Well, she wanted to go eat.
Damn.
So exactly.
She wanted to.
So I immediately knew that she wanted to hang and not just hang.
Mm-hmm.
So I hop in the whip. We go to Monty's because I'm still thinking, you know what?
You put a chauffeur?
Kevin's the chauffeur right now.
Wow.
I was like, I might be able to knock this bitch out of the park. Let me just, play it cool. Eat raggedy ass Monty's, which I immediately regret getting because they're overhyped. Got that bitch. Niggas is full as a bitch. I'm not piping this bitch if I tried. So then I proceed to say, oh shit, while looking at my phone. What happened? I said, I just got an email, like this job I was applying for. They said they want a virtual interview at 3:30. Wow, that's only in 30 minutes. So now she's like, oh, congratulations. That's so good. What are you going to wear? I don't know. I'll figure it out. She's not getting the fuck up and putting her shoes on. So I was thinking, oh, man, I forgot.
You got to do a better excuse than that.
I know. So I dug deeper into my pocket of tricks. I said, oh, shit. My mom actually got me some groceries through Instacart. I just got to go pick them up. She's just being generous. You know how moms are. I think today is the only day, though. So I got my shoes on. I was like, yeah, I'm about to go pick them up. She's like, oh, so you, like, want me to leave? Like, you don't want me to help me with my interview? Are you going to top me? Well, are you high? I want a dress shirt and a blazer and a tie and my fucking cock out. Are you gonna top me while I answer yes sir, no sir, and answer questions about my life? Huh? Because if you are, then you know what? Maybe this might work out. But if not, the fucking door. I've had up the fucking shit with these broads. If you're gonna come over, if you're gonna fucking come over during quarantine, all I ask is that you make it fucking count. All right? Don't go around pussyfooting. Because guess what? If I get COVID and you get COVID, maybe I can at least put that shit in your stomach one time. It saved me one last.
He's so finished. He's so fucking finished.
These broads playing. Yo,
He's
what
so
you doing this weekend? That means I want to fuck. Yo, how you sleep? I want to pipe.
Yeah, he's
Hi, I want to fuck.
Get this nigga out of here.
Of this shit.
Yeah,
I guess you got 2 clients, Freeway.
You got to take me on dates.
God.
It's a quarantine. That should subject you to say, you know what? If I want some cock, and I'm talking about some like really good cock, like wow.
Hey, yo, pause.
Hold on, whoa, hold the fuck on.
Flag on a play.
Whoa.
Time out.
Hold on. When did this conversation turn into third person? When did this happen?
So you're talking about
so this is y'all fault for letting Kevin talk.
Is this still first person talking or third person?
This is
Why
why I'm
are
not
we
telling her
asking?
this.
Can we just call the pause, throw the nigga in jail, and run it up?
Listen to
Like,
me,
get
damn
out
it.
of here.
I'm not telling her
Okay.
this personally. I'm just thinking, like, why are you coming over here? Come on. It's a pandemic. We meet online. I don't want to go out for fucking Go-Gurt and shit and all that bullshit. And
going out for Go-Gurt sounds nuts.
And look cool. If I match
Going out
with
for
you,
Go-Gurt
if
sounds
I match
nuts.
with you,
I
want
yogurt in your
anybody.
pocket.
First of all, disclaimer: any broad that watches this video on YouTube and gets this far, you're fucking nuts. So I'm gonna let you get your
Anybody. You don't even got to be abroad. If you get this far in a video that's talking like this,
Hey,
don't come over my fucking house. Hey, don't come over my fucking house.
this nigga's faded.
During quarantine, if you aren't giving up that Cootentang and that sweet peach, because I will kill you. And you have me on record. 20 years from now, I'm on trial and a bitch having a coat next to me. And they're going to bring this up and they're going to say I did it. Oh, well, because I was faded and I made it. Come over here and not throw that fucking butt in a circle because you're done. You're going to get ghosted. You're going to get blocked. You're gonna get me a woo.
Whoa. Hold on there.
It's getting scary. Hit that music. There it is. There it is.
He's about you right.
That man drank that whole 32 ounces.
He drank a 32
whole bitch.
He drank a 32 ounce plus a wet.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of scoundrels, though, y'all see Lou Will goddamn left the bubble and went to Magic City.
Yo. He got some wings, though, ain't it?
Woo!
Allegedly.
Lou Will has the right idea. Although Magic City, just the thought of it, it just sounds like it has just nothing but bullet hole holes in there. You tripping on me.
Hold on.
I done heard Magic City got some
I'm a big fan of Atlanta strip clubs like that.
Yo, like if you think about it, my man left. He said he had an excuse to go to a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
If he went to a funeral or not, we don't know. What we do know was that he did go to a strip club and Jack Harlow snitched on him. Now, what I want to know is, why the fuck was he there with Jack Harlow?
Jack fucking Harlow.
Like, why?
Jack Harlow probably got hoes. Let me say, Jack Harlow probably got hoes.
He probably do. I'm not saying he don't. I'm just trying to figure out why Lou Will and him were together. Like, who said
such a random pair?
Yo, hold on. Kevin and Corey. I know y'all done been with some random ass motherfuckers who had hoes. And he was chill. Okay, Kevin.
Like
I know you done been with some Move on. Y'all niggas is capping. HBCU part 2.
Okay, HBCU, man. We got a lot of graduates in the building today.
Evidently. Everybody wearing the cap and gown.
That shit sounds like a scene out of Signs, goddamn. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Cap.
That shit sounded like how you made them nachos.
Nigga, get your headphones. We can't hear you. Get your headphones. We can't hear you.
Yo,
Nacho Negre.
This got me hot.
we were talking about.
Slide on the TV just to get the Wi-Fi back.
Get your headphones. We cannot hear you.
So since we were talking about
Lou Will.
dating and shit, and Lou Will and all that,
Mm-hmm.
there was a question I wanted to ask y'all about how come relationships only matter when the woman is happy?
Only matter when the woman is happy?
Yes. Think about it. If she's
That's just the written rule, boss. For
real, think about it. If
in our ass for years.
No, for real. If a girl is unhappy, the relationship's over, right?
Well,
And
to
that's-
be honest, because relationships and this whole lovers game was built on chivalry, where the guy had to chase the woman, make the woman happy, yada, yada, yada. So some odd years later, where we are now, it's going to be the same way. And yes, it pisses me off because that means these little hoes out here are entitled.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you know, yeah, I'll take you out for a steak dinner, but guess what? It's piping time. If it's after 8 o'clock, first of all,
Because that's what he's going to hear.
first of all,
Just go ahead and keep the button ready.
This nigga Kev is serving up glizzies to all these hoes.
Bruh,
Hey, yo, you got a book right there, boss?
that nigga sipping on some.
Don't
some
text me.
Native American.
Why did you have that on your?
Don't text me after 9 p.m. Okay? Don't
9?
After 9 p.m. is
9?
is demon time.
9?
9.
What?
In the fall, I'll make it 6 because it's dark.
6?
And I'm unwinding.
This nigga is
And I'm-
faded.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have the
This
nerve to
man
say
is
hi, hey, or so much as a how are you doing, and you're not throwing that sweet little peach, that truffle mac and cheese, you're fucking done. Because
He's so.
I worked hard for this. Throw it.
He's never been.
Throw it.
I'm not even gonna get to my case. Y'all got so much
Guys are calling
against
these
this man. Y'all
dudes
gonna
first
run
and
it up against him.
Hey, yo.
Throw it. Stop being a bitch.
Freeway, I'm so sorry. I even asked for your services, bro. Like, yeah, beat it.
Kev said he changed it to 6 in the fall.
Oh,
Because
Hey,
it
yo.
gets dark out early. It get dark
out early.
And he's giving them a grace period because it really get dark at 5. So he's giving them a grace period.
Yep, in the
It's a
fall
great
about
period.
5.
So
About 4:44,
Kevin's being,
4:45, 5 o'clock is dark.
he being a gentleman. He's giving him an extra
I
hour.
had a broad over in the fall, right? I had a broad over in the fall for some dinner. I got some of that catnip. Then after that, it was only 7:45. I had my whole night ahead of me.
You had the whole night here.
You can still watch the Lakers. At 7:45, you can still
Yes.
watch.
You got the last 2 quarters.
You can pipe a bitch at 5:45 and still
Shit,
live
if
to take
Kev,
a fucking
if
rain
Kev,
visit.
hey yo, in the fall, if Kev is finishing at 7:45, shit, we don't usually record until about 8:45, 8:30.
I've been on dates. I've been on dates and got the fuck rid of the bitch and been in the key by 10:47. Lie to you not.
Hey, you know what? We're
Hey,
not
yo.
throwing him in jail. Don't play no music.
I'm not
Right now, we need to commend this man. He
I'm
been
not
with a
gonna-
bitch. He been with a bitch at 7:45, and by 10:47, he was at the key. It's real hard to get in
The
to
fucking
get in the key after 10:30. Let me tell you something.
Quite true.
Listen,
Let's commend the man. Let's
It
commend
takes
the
a
man.
lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you.
I give Chris Money live updates. I say, listen.
Thank you.
Thank you. I give Chris Money live updates. I say, listen, this shit is a fucking drag. Get dressed. We're going to the fucking key. And he be like,
Hey.
you sure, boss? And I say, listen here, Captain. I ain't never missed no shot I ain't taken my life.
I can tell you this though, boss. I can tell you
Hey,
this.
yo,
though.
Kev, you know what you should
Hey,
do?
look.
man?
Hey, can we give Kev the real nigga of the week?
What?
We don't have
Last
a real
time I
nigga of the
got
week.
RNW,
I'm gonna
it
be
was
on Kev's head for the rest of the show, but can we give Kev the real nigga of the week for that one?
Yo, you
Is
know
that,
what? Yo, Kev, you know what you should do? Like whenever you got a girl over and it's a dub, and you don't want to let them know by like texting, you could just grab keys and you could just like you can make the noise and you can let Chris know. You can just make the key noise. Like, yo, it's time to go.
My fucking key ring has my house key and my car key. That bitch don't even make noise. That's why I was trying to get my shoes on. Out that bitch. And she didn't know. And you want to know what this ungrateful bitch didn't even throw her Monties away? You gotta be a real. You gotta be a real just
scoundrel.
Wait, she didn't throw it away?
Your Monty wrapper on my table?
Hold on.
Oh, that's trifling.
Now we getting crazy.
Did you pay or did she pay?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, boss. Let's hear it.
I got a question too after you answer this one.
Let's hear it. Kev, go ahead and answer, boss. I got you.
Who paid?
I swiped that card, boss.
Hey, but look, in this, hey, look, Corey and Kevy, during pandemic dating, is it new rules or I'm tripping? Because I feel like it's new rules.
What's the new rules now?
The new rules is like, I mean, low key, you gotta pay, right? Like you don't really
hit the goddamn. I'm gonna hit the goddamn button on you.
Hold on. You trying to take a shorty out during the pandemic? We talking about real specific places right now. Like you can't go too many places during pandemic.
Let me tell you something, boss. Let me tell you this. If I am going on a mutual meetup with a chick, we're both paying separately. I'm tired of this narrative.
Chivalry is dead.
Bro.
Chivalry is dead.
Listen. It's
Chivalry is
dead. Boss. Hold on, look. Because I've done my fair share of paying for dates. I was married to a whole ass woman for 5 years. So paying for dates is
I've done my unfair share. What?
And I've done that shit too. Because there have been times I went out and the nigga got to pulling the card out. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pay for this right here, the rest on her.
You've done that to a broad in real time?
You goddamn right I have. But, listen.
This nigga's ruthless.
I don't mind ever paying for a woman for anything, to be quite honest. If it's my treat already, if I suggest a date, of course I'm going to pay. I'm the one who suggested it. But if it's something that you might have suggested, or if it's something that we've just come to a mutual understanding in order just to meet, especially off an app, don't expect me to come and with my card ready to swipe for you. No, that's not what this is about. This is about us meeting up to even make sure we both not catfish, we both not weird as a motherfucker before we even start going on dates. And then
if you want to let me throw this pole in ya.
or it could just be simply that. But expecting me or women or people, because, you know, there are still people out there who still expect men to do all types of nut shit, and they are not willing to even put in half of the amount. Don't expect.
They don't put in more than half.
Or paying for it. Kev is nuts because
we're gonna call Kev Pop Stroke.
Like, I don't understand how this is like the first episode where it's like, yo, Dave went to jail like in the first 5-10 minutes, and Kev managed to make a way better case why this nigga needs to go to jail than me. Like he spent 2 hours doing it.
Man, listen, paying for dates or expecting people to pay for dates is outdated ass, nut ass bullshit that we're not running anymore. Stop expecting. Don't expect, and this goes for men too, out there. However, don't expect people to do shit for you. Period. If you don't even have that understanding, but this is how this is going to go down. I'm gonna take you out. I'm taking you here. Yeah, then I don't expect you to pull your card or your money out because this was my suggestion. I asked you out, but for people to still just expect that men are just gonna pay for every fucking thing, and I'm not saying that everybody feels that way, but for those people who do feel that way, yeah, that shit dead. We're not doing that no more. We're not. Period. It's just not that way anymore. And for the people out there who want to play both sides of the fence, they want the same equality and shit like that, but then they still want to hold on to these very outdated old ass gender roles. You can't play both sides. If you're all about the true equality of men, women, gender non-conforming people, don't also feed into what society wants you to do at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You have to pick one. Are you going to hold on to these traditional gender roles? If that's what you want to do, then that's you. That's your prerogative. But if you like, oh, women need to be able to do this, men should be able to do this, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, the shoe, it should go both ways. It shouldn't still be, I still expect the man to do this. No, we're not doing that.
No, sir.
No.
I'm stepping out here.
No, If you're gonna, and ladies out there, goddamn, don't ever think for a second that I ain't gonna pay if I know for sure that.
Because Corey baby say he'll trick it for you, baby.
You know,
it ain't tricking if you got.
Hey, if it's worth it, I'm spending. But don't expect me just to be spending, and we ain't even exclusive. Like no. If I'm like. It is different, of course, if you're in a relationship. Jimmy's fixing to get married. I've been in a relationship. We all been in relationships. Paying for your girl, paying for your wife is just, you don't even think about it half the time. You just do it. It's like whatever. But 9 times out of 10,
and hanging.
Or in Kev's case, sometimes you pay for Instagram girls. So sometimes you do it.
Or hey yo. But that's just my thing on it, addiction. To answer your original question, paying just me expecting me to pay for shit. Don't expect it. You can simply just be like, hey, man. I think people just need to be more vocal. People still expect, and people are still assuming that, oh, you should just know to do this. No, I shouldn't. You should open your mouth and
hey,
actually
look.
speak.
Here's what I'm gonna say. If you got the bread, and you know what I'm saying, like you want
that's one thing. Yeah,
if you got the bread, do it. Personally, because I'm the type of person, like I feel like if I either ask a girl out or like we're going out, like I feel like I gotta pay. If I got the bread and it's like
but you just said it though, Dave. You just said it. You asked the girl out. Duh.
Yeah, okay, I feel that. Because I don't go on dating apps, so I don't even know how that goes, truthfully.
Yeah. If you were the one, if you on her line like, hey yo, we should go here, I want to take you here. Yeah, of course, nigga. If you come and you don't pay, you ought to hear this goddamn noise right here, boss.
Hey, low-key, should the girl pay? Yeah. Like, say a girl's like pressing you low-key to take her out. Like, should she pay?
Yes. She better break that wallet open.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask the niggas.
How's a girl gonna press me to take her out?
Because that's what I need to know. Like, how's she gonna press?
Because at the end of the day, you still taking her out.
Yeah. Okay.
She just got you to do it.
Yeah, that means she paying.
If she got you to do it,
I just feel like
he's getting married. He's getting married,
so he don't got an So y'all pretty much saying there's no scenario where like a girl. Pretty much any scenario where like you going out with a date on a girl, pretty much you initiated that. Like no chick could like put you, even if she put you in a position, you had to initiate.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. It's this new fucking generation of fucks out that just think that, oh yeah, we like each other, but we're gonna be around the bush like we don't like each other, and we're gonna pay for our own shit just so by the second date we can say, maybe this time you can pay for mine and then I'll get it next. Shut the fuck up. Niggas, first of all, I'm talking to all you men out there, single, in a relationship. I don't give a fuck. You should always have enough cheese in your fucking pocket to cover her shit regardless. It's not a disrespect thing. You're not saying that she isn't independent and that she can't handle the tab if she wants. It's a chivalrous thing. And maybe I'm just a southern gent.
You know what? But with that though, Kev, because I get southern roots and shit like that. Absolutely, I'm all for being just hospitable, and if somebody can't cover something, then yeah. But
it's only the ones you're interested in, and only the ones that are not bougie. And that's it. I'm not speaking for all of them. Okay.
Period. It's me spending money on a woman is going to.
You catch on to their game? Oh, they got to pay for their own All-Star special. It's not happening. And don't you think about ordering grits.
And if you are simply just friends who occasionally have sex with each other and y'all just so happen to go out.
What's occasionally these days?
What's occasionally?
Yeah, what's occasionally? What can we say occasionally is?
Shit, occasionally it's got to be like, a couple times, like pretty much bi-weekly type shit, and it's the same person. Y'all talking consistently, like.
So you talking 1 time a week, 2 times a week?
1 time a week is occasionally.
Or every other week is occasionally.
No, 1 time a week is occasionally. Anything like less.
How is 1 time a week occasionally? How is 1 time a week occasionally, nigga? That's once a week. That's more seldom than occasional. Not seldom. That's more like
seldom than occasional.
You know what the fuck I mean? That's
now we're getting into semantics.
Are people out here really fucking that ain't talking to each other in like 2-3 weeks, and it's just a part of the program?
Maybe.
That's just nuts. That's a great question to ask.
Occasionally. Man, look, people out here, having sex once a week ain't no occasional. That's pretty frequent because you're doing it once a week. Now, if you're doing it every other week, you're not seeing them every week. That's more occasional to me. And if you're doing it once a month, then that's like a very fucking and here and there, I might, when I get horny, I'm gonna hit this person up type shit. That's how that works.
Right.
But having sex with one person once a week, that's almost
a marriage.
That's kind of frequent, boss. I don't know what Dixon's been up there in goddamn Upland. I don't know what he's been doing, but
Baldwin Estates. Up there, Baldwin Estates, fighting a good fight.
Hey yo, Dixon got yeah. So with that, but I actually want to circle back before we finish back to Jimmy's original question.
Yeah.
Why is it that go ahead and say your question again, because I know those two faded niggas over there probably can't really remember the exact question.
God in heaven, I cannot.
God in heaven. That how come relationships are only in jeopardy when the woman is unhappy and not the man?
See, that's not, I feel like that's very situational, because my marriage was in jeopardy because I was unhappy. And I ended up telling her to goddamn hit the damn road, Jack. But it's not always that way. There are some, like you said, most of the time you'll see a lot of people who do break up. Usually niggas is out here either wilding or she's just overall generally unhappy just in a relationship, and that's why it's failing. But I think it's kind of situational. I don't think it's always that way. I think that it could be, but I also think that there are men out there. I do think there are men out there breaking up with chicks just because they're not happy either, and she fucking up and all of that stuff. It's just they don't probably get near as much consideration because they always assume.
Well, this could be something else, but like, I feel like a lot of guys leave girls because they don't have the freedom that they're accustomed to. Like, they don't have the freedom to just go out and do what the fuck they want to do, whatever they want to do with it. Because I feel like in a relationship, just from what we see in general from relationships, like when the girl's unhappy, that's when the guy really has to like put his fucking shoes on and be like, all right, I'm gonna fix this shit, I'm gonna make sure my shit is good because I can't lose this person. But whenever the guy is unhappy, you never see that same reciprocation from the girl. The girl would just be like, oh, like, what the fuck are you complaining about? Whatever it is. Like, it seems like the man can never be unhappy in a relationship. It just seems like.
But it's crazy because a lot of these women out here are basing their relationship off social media and fairy tale TV and expecting you to keep up with that dumb shit. All I'm saying is like, you have a point, but it shouldn't be the man's job. The only way that you know a girl is unhappy or anything is if she just comes out and says it.
And says it.
You know what I'm saying? It's basically her word against yours. You know what I'm saying? And now you have to play this game based off of the amount that you feel for her. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I've never been in a situation where I didn't know, but like that's kind of nuts that you got to do all this tap dancing just for her to maybe turn out to be fake anyway. Still. Yeah. And that's not fucking happening. Like, everybody be clowning the Smiths, and they did do some nut shit this year, which I do think is kind of planned. But they did say, like, you gotta make a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everything is choice.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? You gonna put up with the nut shit or you not? Like, don't be complaining later on after you made your decision.
After you made your goddamn bed. Now lay in it.
All right, fellas. So, like, do y'all have like any last words for the listeners, the viewers? Do y'all have any last words?
Man, besides, all of y'all are going to jail, and I don't have any bail money unless we get a stimmy.
Yeah, all you niggas.
Here's what I'll say. I know I said last episode was going to be the episode talking about politics, but make sure you register to vote. It's going to be at-home ballots. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got your updated address. Mm-hmm. Also, I didn't talk about no black-owned alcohol this episode, but I have been sipping on that Terramana. Shout out to Dwayne Rock Johnson. Go ahead and buy you some black-owned shit. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is nuts, by the way. Just want you to know, just because black-owned, I'm not going to sit here and cap and say that bitch is delicious. It's still harsh, it's still tequila.
Yeah, because Dixon is finished for paying like $60.
Yeah, I was paying
at Trader Joe's, and that bitch was sold the fuck out.
Hey, look, here's what I'll say, though. Speaking of black-owned shit, Go ahead and shop with Kevy. Everything counts LA. Or not everything counts LA, but everything counts, you know what I mean?
Every day counts.
Every day counts. .LA.
Every day counts. I don't know the name. I'm too lit. You know
y'all niggas are faded. These niggas here.
I haven't seen him put a cup to his mouth all episode, but he's lit. See the conspiracy that y'all don't pay attention to?
Am I on camera?
Yes.
Am I on camera?
This nigga's in a bunker.
First time.
This nigga's in a bunker. He works for the feds.
Yeah, he working for the feds for sure. He's
in a bunker.
I ain't working for the feds. Y'all niggas working for the feds.
But for real, like what Dave said, make sure to vote, register to vote, whatever you niggas want to do. Just make the right decision. My final words for today is it's about Kanye. It's about Kanye, and I feel like Kanye is the way he is because he was Kanye lived the American dream that was sold to us. If you work hard and you want something bad enough, you will always get it. And that is Kanye's mentality. Kanye worked his ass off and got everything he ever wanted by working. So I feel like that's why he comes off the way he does, because he feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants if he works hard enough for it, because that's all he's done his whole career. And that's what he's going to do until he becomes president. He's always done that shit. That's what we've been told. If you want something bad enough, if you work hard enough for it, you will always get it. That's Kanye's entire thing. He worked his entire life. He worked hard enough, did everything he had to do to get to where he wants to get to. That's exactly what he's going to do for the presidency, and it would not shock me if that man wins at any moment. So, those are
at least beats Biden enough
or at least beats him.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Kev? You got anything you want to add to any of this?
No, man. I think we really touched on everything, to be honest. Just one last thing. How do y'all feel about these scrimmages and the way that these NBA games are about to be set up? Do you think that there's going to be some sleepers, or do you think that it's still pretty much the same as where we left off?
Shit, the Mavs are probably going to win the finals, bro.
Oh, my fucking
anyway. What I was going to say, regarding that.
Regarding that, that's okay.
I feel like the scrimmages, from what I've seen from the scrimmages, it just seems like it's trying to get these niggas kind of back in the rhythm of like kind of playing. So I'm really excited to see the actual.
We sent the Lakers to the crib. We sent them home.
Anyway,
one last question. Will Bol be a bust, or will he continue doing what he's doing now in regular game speed?
He's gonna kill it.
He's gonna continue.
What is this nigga Bol? What is he, like 9'6" or some shit like that?
Yeah, some shit like that. Whatever he is, he's like 10 feet tall. He's getting built. And 43 teams fucked up not drafting him. I don't care if Bol had a wooden foot. I'm drafting him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing about that nigga Bol is he's one of the few niggas. I don't know if y'all seen any of those scrimmages. He's one of the few niggas that's been hooping. Like he's playing for a
He's been bowling. Get it? He's been bowling.
Okay, let's go and wrap it up.
Hold on. Before we wrap it up, goddamn, Kev, you done with NBA talk?
Yeah, I think I'm good with NBA talk. We're going to dive back into it.
R.I.P. to the late, great, legendary fucking civil rights activist, black man, all of that shit, who actually gave a shit about black people, John Lewis. Rest in peace to that man there. He is tucked, but we is not forgotten. Tucked but not forgotten. There it is. Tucked but not fucking forgotten. And they are in Kev's home state in Virginia. They're changing a high school that was once named General Robert E. Lee High School to John Lewis High School. I thought that was.
Are you serious?
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Kev's gonna go to high school.
Robert E. Lee. That's the so it can't, because they're called the Robert E. Lee Confederates. They can't be the John Lewis Confederates.
No.
It's gonna be the John Lewis niggas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the John Lewis football team.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be the John Lewis niggas. That's what they're gonna call the
John Lewis. John Lewis Negroes. John Lewis Negroes.
That sounds about right.
That's about enough.
Hold on. We be saying a bunch of nut shit on our pod as normal, as we already have fucking acknowledged. But we have not forgotten about all of the injustices that niggas still face. Keep fucking signing petitions. Keep going to protest. The shit is not over.
Donate Bell money.
Yes, keep donating bail money.
Keep donating bail money. Keep buying. Keep supporting Black and brown businesses. Don't stop. This is not a trend, nigga. This is how shit should always be anyways. We shouldn't constantly have to keep reminding niggas that how much our lives matter, but we're doing it. And we should not let up ever. We should continue to keep our goddamn feet planted firmly on their necks. That's what we should be doing, goddamn. Yeah, that's it. Arrest the goddamn murderers of Breonna Taylor. I ain't got shit else, really, boss. Them niggas need to have been arrested a long time ago. And Daniel Cameron, Attorney General Daniel Cameron, I hope that this shit finds you in some way, in some shape or form.
Suck my dick, nigga.
You need to, those shiny tap dancing shoes you're gonna wear a hole in them, boss.
Hey, let's tag whatever state Breonna Taylor was. What's it called in? And try to get as many people in that state to listen to this shit.
Yeah, you said let's tag the state.
Yeah, tag the state and start tagging niggas that's in that state. For real.
All right, Louisville, Kentucky, we gonna start tagging you. And all you niggas up there in Louisville, understand that shit. Everybody around the goddamn world is still trying to get justice for us. So, and white racist white people, we still coming after you too.
You mean crackers?
I got.
Did I say crackers this episode? Crackers?
I didn't say crackers at all.
You have to get it off at some point.
I didn't say it this episode. So crackers? The crackers you're talking about? You're talking about crackers?
All right, this about wraps this up.
That's about wraps.
We gotta wrap it up. Talking about crackers.
This one's about done.
You can't go 3 hour episode because talking about crackers?
Probably.
I bet.
Episode 24. This was episode 24, goddamn.
Episode 24.
Educated podcast. Shout out to the Lakers.
Episode 4.
Yes, sir. Educated ignorance at its finest. Let's go.
Yeah. These niggas all are going to jail. But before we leave, I had to play that one more time.
That's all good. I'll go to jail. Thanks for listening.
Camp, we haven't forgot about you, nigga. You were going to jail too. Everybody's finished except for me.
Fuck off.